Yay!
Yay! PG number 10. Woo! How was everybody? Hopefully good. Yeah, good. Yeah.
Oh, I was stuck with a broken neck there for a minute.
It's doing it. What the fuck?
Yeah, it's doing it. If I just hold still real quick and fuck with you. Is it still doing it? No. Let's not do that. Gentlemen, where?
There we go.
Where?
Gentlemen. Gentle.
Yeah, what's this gentle shit?
Beastman, hello.
Oh, hey.
Be an interesting distinction. That was a normal social thing to say.
We are not men disguised, or what the fuck was the goddamn fucking quote? We are beasts disguised of men.
Yeah, when men or when beasts try to integrate into humanity, they're just a beast in man's clothing.
Right.
And it never ends well.
Boom.
That was a great fucking movie.
I finally got him to watch fucking Jinro, by the way. Finally. I've only been harping on him for about 2 years, but...
I highly recommend it, guys. Highly recommend it, because it definitely touches on the once a beast, always a beast. Especially with what they did with the... how was it? Rotkampfel? Rotkatchen or whatever? It was called Red Riding Hood, pretty much.
Yeah.
The OG tale of Red Riding Hood and how fucked up it is.
Yep.
And how they used that. It was great. It was good. It was good. Does a great job of telling the story of once a beast, always a beast.
I got him hooked on that
dead.
Shit. Got him hooked.
Yeah, fucking dead. I like it. My bad. Hey, they're assholes. All right.
There you go.
I mean, I have one, so. All right. Thank you for saying hello to my asshole, I guess. All right, so TG number 10. So you last TG we talked about you getting into getting dev access.
Dev access
to the servers and stuff, which is pretty fucking 96 views. Damn. On your VOD. Fuck. There you go.
People like Ground Branch, man. I mean,
yeah.
But yeah, I mean, they finally pushed the dev build that they had going on with the AI integration and stuff like that. I've been kind of pushing dev build stuff out lately because, again, I'm not under NDA. So pushing out dev build stuff allows it to kind of see what's coming, kind of show the integrations and whatnot, so people kind of can get excited. So it's been great for the channel. It's been great for them. It's been great to have that transparency because they are very transparent. So, and that way people kind of know what to expect going into this thing. So I know they added a micro T1 optic. I know they did AI integration. Chris actually posted a video on YouTube about all the little the AI integration he did to make them a lot more tactically proficient. So
okay.
That release hit. It's called Muster. They pushed it out, I think, a couple days ago or maybe a day ago, towards the general populace on servers. So tomorrow we're supposed to do a dev build test. I think it's the same public test. They're just wanting to kind of go into PvP integration a little bit more. So they're wanting to kind of just see, because I think now they're starting to pay attention to that a little bit to kind of see where that is or what they're doing with it, and or if there's something further they need to do with it. So I mean, it's kind of nice to get a little insider information.
Oh yeah.
You know, since they're transparent enough to have it go. We just got a fucking host. Sweet.
Yeah, thank you.
But yeah, I mean, it's just all around good transparency. It's positive changes. More methodical AI, of course, they're adding optic and just more stuff coming. I do know some of the art assets are being incorporated. They still haven't added that new AK yet, but I know that's coming too. It's the Alpha AK that has all the rails and shit like that
okay.
They're wanting to add. I think they have a short barrel version and a long barrel version. So
hell yeah.
That is yeah. I'm looking at I was talking about the field of view, cone of vision, how I felt like playing with that field of view, so I had to adjust it so I didn't feel like I was fucking having tunnel vision when I was shooting. So
Fucking
then
Dave
Dave's over there spraying with a saw. Then he wanted to show me how he had a canted rail on that saw, which was an abomination.
I remember that. I was watching. I was just like, motherfucker.
You know, made my brain hurt being a saw gunner for 3
Can you imagine how that would feel? Shooting it canted. They'll probably like keep sliding up.
Fuck your collarbone up. Fuck, Jesus.
Mm.
But yeah, I mean, as far as that, I mean, it's kind of cool because now I can just kind of show what's being worked on instead of just like talk about it or speculate about it.
Yeah.
So I can say, oh, exciting things are coming, or hey, you know, it might be a while for this, or hey, this is what's being integrated or whatnot, you know, or you know, stuff you've been working on isn't really part of the priority right now. This is what is being worked on. So it kind of enables me to be a voice for them, and kind of also helps, you know, help the content out and stuff like that. So it's been a great fucking thing going on. Plus, you know, I talk to the devs daily. There isn't 12 hours that goes by that I don't have a PM or have a PM conversation with one of them. So it's usually not about the game though. It's usually, you know, other things like making fun of fucking people in fucking Discord. So
Yeah. You know, one thing I really enjoy about Ground Branch is it gives you the opportunity, having life experience with this shit, especially with weapons, to have conversations with people.
Yeah.
And also for people to ask, like, why would you put, you know, like I would assume that most people, when they look at like, why would you put the PEC on top? It's like, well, actually, you know, there's a lot of reasons why I put the PEC on top.
Well, and that's just thing too. You just kind of see what everybody else is fucking doing and kind of see their own little takes on it. You know, of course, the only issue is that you get people who claim to be subject matter experts and which really aren't, and then you get a lot of convoluted information, which is starting to happen a lot recently because whatever. But you know, thankfully they've been known to filter out the bullshit for now. So
yeah, there's definitely been a couple conversations I've had when playing combat oriented games with weapons where somebody starts telling me what to do and stuff like that, and then it's like, dude, you know, or somebody in chat's like, dude, he did this shit for real. Like, oh, sorry. Yeah, my bad.
yeah,
Mine was all gamer speculation.
it's under, you know,
it's all in how you word it.
It's understanding gameisms. Like I understand that like there's a gameism and games aren't necessarily met. And there's certain things that work via game that aren't necessarily going to translate over, or there's certain things that aren't necessarily very realistic to do that might work in the game because the game caters to it or whatever.
Yeah.
But at the same time, if it's meant to be a simulation or it's meant to be a something of XYZ tactical nature, then I think there's a lot of forgetfulness that, hey, you're trying to portray what we did, so maybe there's some merit to what the fuck I'm doing. So
yeah, like why you'd put the PEC on top is so that, you know, it doesn't fuck with anything when you're trying to put your weapon against something on the side. You don't want to accidentally fucking push buttons when you're putting it on the side or against you and all that. And it's, you know, it's a personal preference thing, but that's the way it was explained to me when I was like, why are we putting these on top, Sart? You know, this is why.
My thing is we usually we ran out a lot on the side too, but I started running on the top as well because it was just easier for me to access that fucking button.
Yeah.
That pressure switch. We didn't have the fucking Gucci fucking like toggle switches on the top that we could just fucking press. But you know, because we had PEC 16s, and yes, I saw that fucking biddy drop. That's fucking phenomenal. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm fucking talking about.
And with the hashtag charity.
That's right. That's right. But
hell yeah. Thank you.
Just because, you know, we started strobing our lights, you know, when we go in areas or whatnot. Like things didn't start to make sense until I started, you know, getting further down the road and everything else, and seeing how, you know, this unit did it this way because of this, and this unit did it that way because of that, and this unit did it this way because of this. And it's like, oh well, you knowledge sponge information. So, and I get asked a lot of questions too in comments in my videos, like, hey, why did you do that way? Was it because of this? And it's like, well,
I had this situation, and that's what made me change it.
it's like, well, there's like I got asked like there was a 7-minute mark where I adopted a high ready coming out of a fucking doorway, and they're just like, well, did you do that so your laser wasn't visible? It's like, well, that could have been the habit, but it was also because I didn't want to flag anybody coming out because I knew there was somebody there,
Yeah. Also show him,
So
visual cue, friendlies coming out.
Yeah. So I mean, there's so many different variables into, and there's some things I'll catch myself doing. Like, does flagging somebody in the game make a whole lot of fucking difference? No, but you will see me always adopt a high ready or a low ready every single time someone sweeps my muzzle. Just because it's ingrained in my fucking my DNA, I guess. There you go.
Yeah.
Like I'll fucking yell at Bailey for sweeping me with her muzzle.
Well, thanks.
Yeah. I get, it's just old school triggers, man. I get swept with a muzzle, I'm gonna punch somebody in the face. It's just it's just me.
Yeah.
So it's happened before. Someone has 8 ACOG in their mouth because I got swept. I wasn't very happy. So, Yep.
Yeah, I mean, the first time I saw that was on live fire range in OSIT. Dude fucking was bringing his weapon down, and he flagged the dude next to him. Yeah. It was the buddy team one, and one of the drill sergeants, in drill sergeant fashion, fucking jumped on top of him and slammed his head into the dirt. I was just like, God damn right, he's gonna remember never to do that again.
Yep.
Fuck yeah.
Spitting blood out of your mouth, whatever.
Yeah. I won't do it again, Thorne, I promise.
Yeah.
I think I fucked up my zero, though.
I banged him right. I meant to just lift the muzzle up quick, but it went up and it jacked him right in the fucking mouth. I was like, good, bitch. But it was a good time.
Hey, fucking man.
So, whatever.
Oh, they flag somebody with a weapon. Flagging somebody with your muzzle. Glitter puff.
Yeah.
Dude, is somebody fucking doing construction right now?
I don't know, man. I was like, you got like someone doing fucking room clearing. I'm like doing room clearing on the fucking video, and I hear room clearing fucking.
Yeah.
Flagging is your muzzle gets pointed at somebody that you don't intend to point it to.
Yeah.
So
muzzle awareness is very important. Always important. That was something that you get fucking hit on all the goddamn time.
Yeah, so we never point
you even when it was just like not even a magazine in and you're inside the fucking company area.
Loaded, unloaded. Oh, it's weapon safety rules, right? Treat every weapon as ever loaded. Never point your weapon at anything not intend to shoot. Keep your finger straight off the trigger until you intend to fire. Keep your weapon unsafe until you're ready to fire. So I mean, it's then of course that magical fifth one, know your target and what lies beyond and in between. That's wasn't really a weapon safety rule, but we were taught it anyway. So
yeah, I mean it was important. Fuck, right? Goddamn.
But it's just one of those things. Yeah, you get fucked up pretty bad. So and it makes you angry because it just does. But yeah,
thank you guys for all the fucking love. God damn.
Yeah, look at that. Hosty, host.
Buttons.
Buttons.
Press the button, it does the thing. Says my name on there. Woo! Hell yeah. Yeah, I like that about this game. Lets me do stuff like that. Yeah. So, how we were talking about, I think it was this stream, we were talking about how I would want to put a magnifier in front or like on the other side of the optic instead of first and then the optic. And I tried to do a bunch of research on it, and really, like, no one said that you shouldn't put a magnifier on the other side.
I don't have a lot of experience with G33 magnifier.
I've never used them personally either. Yeah. I've never used a magnifier, but
because the mission dictated, it was either fucking you were using a reflex for a reflex, or you're using fucking ACOG for an ACOG. I never really fucking fuck with magnifiers. I mean, I know I love using them. I love the versatility, any tool that lets me snap from a close quarters engagement and then just flip a fucking magnifier to get some distance to further increase my lethality at a distance is great. So that's why I love them. You know.
Yeah. And some of the discussions on I've thankfully had to do a lot of digging, but I found a forum where it was actually people that actually have experience with them IRL, not just like, hey, I go buy shit, you know. But they were talking about like like one thing is like you could potentially, if you don't set it up right, if your magnifier isn't in the right spot, why it's easier to just put it in the back is because then you're refracting what the reticle's looking at. And you might get some refraction there versus it behind. And I can understand that, but I would also think like, well, couldn't that go both ways though? Like, couldn't the magnifier also be refracting what you're looking at in the reticle, and that's not actually where you're hitting?
Depends on the glass.
Yeah, so either way, it would just be how you set it. You got to set it up right.
Well, infinite parallax too. So I mean, they did some research on the minute of angle adjustments. And EOTech was known, at least the new EOTechs were known to hold a better MOA. And I did know that with the aim points, when you magnify them, the dot blows out beyond 1 MOA. So, your dot gets fatter. Whereas I guess the EOTechs hold that 1 MOA dot in the center. Everything else just kind of blows out. So that was nice.
Okay. Yeah, that was my initial issue, was it would blow it out. Yep. Yeah.
So, you're not adapting to like missing by 2-3 inches because of a blown out fucking dot at 100 meters. You know what I mean? That's a big issue. That's kind of that matters.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't know if you guys have ever tried using actually gone shooting and you have like anything with a red dot. The bigger it is, the harder it is to fucking like line it up right on something far out. Like 300 meters, man-sized target is going to be really fucking small. And if you got a big old bright dot, you're like, I hope this is the center of it. And you got to account for drop and all that, and fucking
Well, back in my day, we used iron sights.
Which arguably, depending on the iron sights itself, was kind of nice for distance because it was just like 300. You just put it on 300, 400, 500. And it would move the sights. You're just aiming in the same way you always did.
Well, actually, I mean, you can. That's why you can spearhead a man-sized target at 500 meters with irons. I've done it. So
yeah, it's doable.
Shot expert with fucking irons. You can do it with ACOGs too. Whatever.
Yeah,
it can be done. But totally off. Kind of on topic, but totally off topic.
That's what's great about Ground Branch is it starts those kinds of discussions where you can actually talk about that stuff.
Yeah.
By the way, a little backstory: Glitterpuff is my stepbrother, older stepbrother. So y'all know he's in the Air Force.
Okay.
So, yeah. Boom.
Very appropriate name for an airman.
So yeah, Ground Branch, good shit. You got stuff tomorrow. Don't you ruin the surprise? I've said it before. But I think really the majority of my animosity towards the Air Force is that you get paid more for if you.
I don't have animosity. I just like fucking with them.
Yeah. Not real animosity, but like what you get paid more for staying in my barracks. Fuck off. Fuck off. It's fucking bullshit.
Not always about the paycheck.
But, yeah.
It is now.
Yeah, right. Yeah, goddamn. After the fact, I care more about what I got paid for, but didn't matter as much during because I was doing the things and it didn't matter. Mm-hmm. Can you put a price on you get to go fucking shoot guns every goddamn day, and every day you train to be better at slaying your enemies with other people that want to do the exact same thing? That's all you do? I'm just saying. That's what you did every fucking day. Every fucking day. Sometimes longer than a day. All night too.
Yeah, all night,
Goddamn. Fucking amazing.
Hey, but it's fucking daywalkers, man. You fucking 0-2 fucking night raid. All right, fucking ops check PBS 14s. Make sure fucking PEC 50, PEC 16s, 16s work. Fucking make sure IR fucking illuminators work. Yep. Good.
Yeah. Yeah, I remember fucking one time we were out and we'd already been out for like 3 weeks doing tons of shit in the field, and then my CO was like, "This isn't hard enough." Walked in, found the most bitch grunt we had, you know, the little private that's just like, "Oh, hi guys," and he was guarding weapons. Took one of the weapons, walked off. Guy didn't say any, or soldier didn't say anything to him. Then went out down the road and threw it in the woods, and we had to go fucking find it. And then apparently he also got his hands on a bunch of flares. We had to do reactive flares the entire way there. So that was fun. But yeah. Yeah, shit like that. Well, whatever. Yeah, right. That's fucking A, man. Every branch is equal. In fact, I remember the time that we got stuck in Hawaii, quote unquote. We're forced to stay in the Ala Moana Hotel, which was only 4 stars. Goddamn. Well, we probably would have just been on the beach with your fucking bivvy.
Yeah, they're not all equal. I mean, they all do a good job, but they're not all equal. I mean, they do very different things, and they do their very different things well.
Yeah. Period. Yeah, that's how I feel about it. When it comes down to it, they're all there for a reason. So I have no problem with that. Yeah. Because I don't want to do the fucking mechanic's job. So that's why there's a mechanic. I don't want to do the driver's job, even though I did all the time anyway. But that's... Was that a 98 whiskey was driver? Or 98? Whatever. I never saw one ever. Ever. My entire time. I never had an actual dude with the MOS driver. We always did the driving, but... whatever.
Well, yeah, motor 03 Motor T, we called it. You know, when I went to fucking Humvee course, I was like, oh yeah, I don't need Motor T anymore. I can drive my own fucking shit. Maintenance, PMCS, it all I want, you know.
Yeah, exactly. Got my fucking driver's license. That was fun. Or military driver's license. That was fun. All right, so yeah, it's a good fucking game for that. You know what another good fucking game is for stuff like that? Talking about tactical shit and going down rabbit holes of conversations.
Rabbit holes of
Justin's been playing a lot of Insurgency Sandstorm, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
That's segue, though.
Yeah, well. I was going to say it's hard to compare the branch, but the Marine Corps is not a branch. We're a cult, so. we're a cult.
Get it.
Anyway, whatever. That's just some more fucking side humor. But,
I remember the first time you told me that, and then you showed me that that video of the fucking chant they did, or no, it was a speech before a mission.
Yeah.
In country.
Yeah. Yeah.
I was like, goddamn right.
Yeah, we're like I said, we're one step away from full psychotic. So you know, that's just grunts in general. But anyway, Insurgency Sandstorm. Speaking of psychotic. It scratches that itch very well. I mean, it's been like crack for me, honestly. As you all know, I bought this game 3 times. What do I mean by that? I bought it during beta when it came out. I refunded it because it was buggy as fuck. I didn't like the optimization. Bought it a second time to try it out. Played it. Had some issues where I think I died jumping. Which, you know, I think I might have been like a little intoxicated that night. So I was very, very not patient. And I was like, fuck this, and refunded it again. And then I saw they were pushing up so many updates and it was so getting close to release. So I bought it again and it's been fucking crack ever since. So, you know, it's been nice to play that to where it runs smooth and things are at a level to where it's very enjoyable to play. And you know, obviously it's full release now. So when they did full release, they did a wipe of all beta progress. So obviously still a little bit of optimization hiccups. I like to have a high frame rate, so I was running at very high settings, but I was like maintaining like 60 to 50. Sometimes it dropped to like 40 frames, and I was just like, nope, we can't have that. So I dropped it from like that to medium, and I maintain about 109 frames now because I like to, have performance as opposed to looking pretty all the time. So
yeah, I've been recently dabbling into drop everything to low.
Yeah.
And how much like my rounds actually connect.
Yeah. Well, I wish I could rock it on those settings, but I don't know. I have a 144 hertz monitor. I'd like to take full advantage of it.
Yeah.
So, 60 frames, maintaining 60 frames for me is not good enough. And apparently I'm freezing again. There we go.
God damn it.
Anyway.
Fucking Discord.
Speaking
You might
of
need
frames.
to go to like Skype or something.
Wow. So what? Yeah. Speaking of, I'm still freezing.
God damn it! Stop it, Discord.
I feel pretty.
It's probably because I'm watching your 1080p at 60 FPS.
Oh yeah. I forgot to tell you that might be fucking you up because I'm streaming at 1080p now. So.
Yeah.
Fuck you, chat.
If it gave you transcoding, I would have been able to break it down, or put it down. But
I thought I do have
so
transcoding.
Most of the time when I've watched you play this, you're not playing the good guys.
You can play as security, or you can play as insurgents. The tongue-in-cheek method with that. So, obviously, weapon systems are different. That runs the gamut from, your traditional Kalashnikov family to like the new Alpha AK that like Spetsnaz guys are running with now, which is primarily what the fuck I'm fucking with the whole time. But when it comes down to it, weapons are lethal no matter what it is. So
it's good. Yeah, I saw it. Like you were like, "Hey, watch this."
Yeah.
Homo burr. Pop, 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 pop.
Yeah,
I just killed 3 people.
Yeah, it's one of the games where you can put it on semi and do just fine. So, like, there's no issue rocking semi. You don't have to rock full auto throughout the whole fucking thing because there's no like bullet spongy enemies. It's like they will get fucking smirked on semi easy, even with like heavy armor plates. Like it might take 2 shots with plates. So, depending upon shot placement, but. Yeah, definitely no spongy enemies here, and that same thing goes for you. Like, yeah, right there. So.
Yeah. Totes my goats. There you go.
Yeah, but this has been. I keep coming back to it. I'm probably gonna go back to it as soon as TG's done. Because it's hitting that niche. The community's not garbage. There's a few oddballs there, but for the most part, everybody wants to work together. So
yeah.
It's very surprising. I haven't heard one comment. Well, never mind. I did. I very rarely hear a comment about, people talking about someone's fucking mom or whatever the fuck the case may be. It's generally a very mature-oriented community. So, which is unnatural. So.
Yeah. I mean, shit. I don't know how many times I've heard a fucking 30-year-old in game voice chat or older, just like go off and sound like a 12-year-old. And I'm just like, God damn, man.
Oh man, that was horrible. That was fucking god awful. Gotta need to go back to the range.
Oh dear God.
Oh God. But yeah, I mean, Insurgency Sandstorm is great. If you ask me, it's about $30. They run sales on it, usually 10 to 20% off, so it's around $25, $26.99. It was $23.99 for me because I have the first Insurgency and I was an early backer. So, therefore, if you bought it before December 12th, you got a 20% discount, so it cost me like $24.
Fuck yeah.
Gorgeous game if you can run it on high settings. Gorgeous game. And the sound, like I said, you will not find a better sound quality game. Squad's pretty good, but
from what I heard, this is better.
The sounds in this game are wow. Like I said, I talked to my roommate Craig. He's an Iraqi war veteran in Al Anbar province, and it gives him fucking triggers, and he likes it. So.
Kind of like when we booted up Squad for the first time. I don't fucking like this map, man. Too many fucking rocks. Fuck this shit. Oh man.
But yeah, I mean, he literally asked me that just today. He's like, "Hey man, when are we gonna fucking shoot Hodges in the face?" Well, hey, well, I said it, so fuck you. But I said after TG, so.
Oh, I'm sure they call us much worse things.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, much
It's
worse.
not a politically
things.
correct fucking area, by the way. What I mean by that is terrorists. I don't mean everybody of that descent. If you knew my last name, you wouldn't say anything to me anyway. So.
Yeah. I mean, shit. Fuck, shit. Fuck. Yeah, because guns in this game sound like an explosion inside of a metal container launching a piece of metal at a very fast speed versus video gameism gun sound.
No, video gameism too. I guess if you wanted to shift back to like ground branch, you know that why people have like peeker's advantage at the top of their people's heads when you see them in shooters, and that this game kind of reminded us of that, whereas ground branch doesn't. In multiplayer games, the fucking bullet comes out of the person's head when they're shooting.
Yeah.
Whereas in ground branch, it actually leaves the weapon.
Yeah.
Which was a nice little piece of technology they're doing. So, just
like, oh shit, why am I hitting this corner?
Well, you wonder why you just see the
weapon
top.
Isn't clear.
Yeah, you see why you see the top of the guy's head like in any other fucking FPS or whatever, and like, oh well, how did he smoke me? I didn't even see his weapon. Well, that's because the fucking the bullet, they cheat because the camera angle, the bullet comes out of his fucking head. So, and that's why that mystery, I guess, was solved for multiplayer games.
Something to think about. So,
just so you guys know why you're like, oh, all I saw was his head and he smoked me. Well, the bullet came out of his fucking head per the design, for the FPS camera angle. So
yeah, like, I mean, people in Destiny fucking head glitch all the time. They go find a spot where, like, technically your weapon is actually like in whatever the fuck it is, but you're shooting out of your eyeballs.
Yeah.
So
so that was like one of the big ground branch selling points is if you can see it, you can shoot it. 1-to-1 scale. I want to make sure that if you're exposing a piece of your body, you are exposing a piece of your body. If your muzzle's not clearing the fucking obstruction, then your muzzle's not clearing the obstruction, as opposed to just seeing the top of your head. So
now with that though, they need to start short stocking in ground.
Yeah. And I did a community poll, and they asked me like, what was one feature you would add or modify in ground branch, and that's gonna be my big one. That's gonna be
definitely
stop going to high ready when I'm in close quarters, or give me a muzzle thump capability or something, because I don't know how many times I'm like right in each other's faces and we're both shooting the fucking roof because we're some reason I can't bring the weapon down onto you. I've just got to like boom, blow holes in the ceiling.
Yeah.
Until like, and if you stay like that, you're just gonna be doing this little circle dance and just like who's gonna back off first, who's gonna be the one that does it. Yeah, that's all you're doing. It's the fucking it's the dumbest shit. It pisses me off every time it happens. So
yeah. I mean, I don't know how many times I've been in ground branch and I'm coming around, especially stairs.
Yeah.
I'm coming up some stairs and I see a dude and I just like and then I'm dead.
That is the one thing that pisses me off, but I'm sure I'll bring it up to John and Chris, and it'll get addressed at some point. Tarkov did it. Tarkov started short stocking, and I was very thankful for that. So
yeah, Tarkov's gotten some cool things going for it. I'm fine with waiting like a year before I come back to Tarkov. I'm fine with that personally.
Tarkov's gonna have a map coming out supposedly this month, so I'm not waiting a year. I'm gonna check out that map.
I'm fine with that though, personally. I'm fine with coming back, and and I've got enough stuff to do that I could play it for like a month.
Yeah.
And I'm still finding new things. I'll be fine with that.
I'm ready for persistence, and I'm ready for hideouts and stuff. When they start having more persistence, when gear wipe, I think it's the gear wiping. I'm having wipe fatigue.
Yeah.
I'm sick of progressing and then losing all my shit. And I've done it, and I'm like, oh, that's not natural case, and sometimes it's
Yeah.
welcome, but it's happened. I've been through 4 wipes. I'm just like, I don't want to do it again.
Well, it also breeds that mentality of like, well, I'm not keeping any of this shit anyway, so fuck it.
Yeah.
You know, like I'll play aggressive as fuck and not care because I can just get it again, you know, and it's all gonna go away anyway. So even if the guy takes it from me, it's not, you know, whatever.
I think that's why I hate VR games.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't hate them. I'm just tired of them.
Yeah, I mean, like from a viewer's standpoint and a player's standpoint, when you're playing a VR game or a BR game, watching somebody play a BR game, especially when they play a ton of BR games, it's just like loot, 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 loot. Like go in house, loot, 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 loot. Go in house, loot, 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 loot. Go in house, loot, loot, loot.
I just get tired of looking at the damn ground for 40 minutes, dude.
Yeah. Yeah, it gets old.
I'm just tired of like I feel like I'm constantly looking at the ground 90% of the game. I'm just like, I don't want to look at the ground. I want to loot. That's why I got pissed. I was like, I just started looting them quick and just going. So I just hotspot drop all the time. It's like either I'm gonna get a weapon or I'm gonna get a few kills and die or whatever. But at least I'm not gonna spend the next 40 minutes looking at the fucking ground. You know?
Yeah.
Not gonna happen.
And then running for 20 minutes just to get fucking shot in the head.
Yeah. It's like I'll spend 5 to 10 minutes looting and that's it. Like if I'm not looted by minute 10, I'm going hunting it either way. I'm hunting, you know.
Yeah.
Have I tried Onward again? I want to. I was gonna look into getting an Oculus, but Biggie got into it today and immediately returned it because he had issues with the software. So it immediately reminded me of, well, you all know I have a kind of a little disdain for Razer with how they do things to their software. Their Synapse software is atrocious, but kind of the same boat. So I'm just like, maybe I'll hold off until they iron out some more bugs because I would be pretty pissed off to spend $350 on software. I had to find loopholes to get it to work too. So, and have to open a support ticket. I would be pretty pissed. You know.
Yeah.
In this day and age, it should plug in with a piece of technology and work. I understand they're in development and stuff like that, which is why I'm like, I'll wait till they come down on price and become a little bit more user friendly. So, but I have I have fucked around with Oculus when it's working, and yeah, I like it. I like it. Mainly for Onward was one of those, and mainly for horror games. Yeah. So
it's too much of a niche market right now, though. VR. I would love to. I mean, it's going to, and I hope it keeps expanding, because I mean, think about it from a developer standpoint. If you're going to make a game that's only VR, that your clientele is pretty much people with a pretty good PC and extra money for a VR headset.
Yeah.
So I have noticed that a lot of VR only games are also being opened up to, if you don't have VR, you can just normally play it.
Yep.
So they can expand their player base.
Yep. It hasn't taken off yet. I don't think it's going to take off for a while until, well, I think it's a price point. I mean, you're spending $350-$400 on a piece of fucking hardware, which isn't saying a whole lot about PC guys. We'll drop thousands of dollars in our hardware, but
yeah. I mean, I'll say again, when I was going to SCAD in Savannah College of Art and Design, I attended a panel with Unreal. They were there and they were talking about VR, and they were trying to get people to use the Unreal Engine or because it was game design majors there. So they were talking about it, and they started talking about VR, and even the spokesman there talking for Unreal Tournament said that VR is not where it should be yet. That it's just not there.
Yeah.
They're not capable enough to make it so that you don't have this jetting. I think it was called jetting or juddering, which leads to puking. Yeah. Like when you start getting frame drops when you're wearing a VR headset.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. It's just not there yet. Although he did talk about they're working on this way to instead of rendering the world like a normal video game, because it doesn't work the same for VR, because this is like a convex surface that you're looking through that's on your eyes, that you want to be as stable as possible. So they're working on a way that what was it fucking called? I don't remember what it was called, but where the viewer shoots lasers at everything, invisible lasers, and then it only renders what those lasers hit, like what you're looking at, that beam of view.
So you're not rendering a whole bunch of other shit that doesn't get fucking encapsulated. So it's just a matter of how can they fucking...
Yeah, how can they make it so that what you're seeing is smooth as fuck?
And it updates quickly.
Yeah.
So
I think they're also saying they're trying to get over that creates the edges being blurry because it's trying to render in based on priority.
Right.
But it was very interesting to attend that and how that's going. But yeah,
pop in, pop out textures,
Yeah.
Whoop, whoop. It's gonna be some new tech.
So another game like Tarkov that we are looking forward to persistence in. These segues
has nothing to do at all being like Tarkov, but okay.
But we would very much like some persistence in said game. Is Star Citizen.
And I sent you that roadmap.
Yeah, and I watched it. Watched it last night.
So I'm gonna delve some more into that fucking game again. Obviously here's what I'll say about it. And people have asked me this before, is it worth it? Is it not worth it? Blah, blah, blah. It's stable enough now where it's not crashing on me all the fucking time, but because it's now stable, I was able to see the bugs and issues with it. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So understand it's still an alpha, and there's still going to be things that aren't going to work right, and those things that aren't working right can lead to a lot of frustration, like me taking a $2,500 credit contract, getting the box, putting it on my ship, taking the ship all the way back there, and then taking it all the way where I need to go, and then accidentally hitting the F1 key, bringing my Moby glass. I drop the box drops, box fades into the geometry of the Earth and is never to be seen again. So all that hour of work for nothing because the box geometry decided to sink into the Earth and it's gone.
God damn it, Discord, stop it.
Well, at least they can hear me.
Yeah. And then me going out there to go do that mission and the base ship, 2 base ships not being able to stow cargo. I'm just like, oh, it's fucking awesome. And then you came in, and after I watched that video that you sent me, I figured out what happened. What happened was you came to me, so there was a collision of your world and my world, and it despawned my box.
Yeah.
So that had to be what happened, because they were talking about they want to work on that, and object persistence is very important.
Like, yeah, in that video, you drop the remote, come back to it, it's still there. So,
yeah. And then figuring out and recreating the bugs that happen, like for example, what happened there is you coming over and then my box disappearing. So like, well, fuck. All right, so now we need to recreate what happened. If I was standing next to the box, it probably wouldn't have gone away. But I went inside the building, and then you landed.
Yep.
So try to figure out all that shit. So it kind of alleviated some of my concerns about what they're working on and seeing that.
You have a roadmap finally. And you know kind of how close to where they are. You have to I will say this: watching that roadmap video, you understand like how much new tech is being pushed into this. Like, there's a lot of new tech being incorporated into this. Like, wow.
Yeah.
Like, this is gonna, regardless of what you want to say about it, there's a lot of new tech being developed that's going to make other people that's going to change some things. I'm telling you, like the persistence of that, like getting the fucking optimization down and stuff like that. A lot of new tech, like transition from space geometry to planet side without having any kind of loading screens and stuff like that. That's impressive. Wow.
Yeah, it put it in a format, watching that video and him talking about like their whole roadmap there of like, okay, now I understand why all of this has been at the time frame that it's been at. And that they finally made the decision where it doesn't matter what point it's at, every 3 months we're gonna give it to you.
Right.
Just so you get something every 3 months. Even if it's broken as fuck, we're gonna give it to you so you get something every 3 months.
Yeah, and I think of a lot of it, like I said, I think people are starting to understand that transparency is the way to go, because otherwise there's just a lot of speculation.
Yeah, I want to hear why, man. I want to, like, talk to me like a fucking adult. I'm an adult.
Yeah.
Come on.
So I mean, transparency
Yeah.
is definitely going to helping the industry anyway. Anybody who's transparent generally alleviates a lot of concerns. Which is probably why Fallout 76 got the shit it did. So.
Yeah. Yeah, they kind of been.
They weren't
hush.
weren't exactly very transparent on that one. I mean, I I haven't played the game in a while. Actually, it's been about 2 weeks since I fired it up, but
I'll come back to it at some point.
I'm still enjoying it, but I mean, that was just a bad PR thing, pretty bad.
Yeah.
I think if they'd been more
transparent. Yeah, it was not handled.
It would have gotten well at all. A lot better stuff.
Yeah. So in that roadmap that they shared, for those of you that haven't seen it, they showed, like, all right, so they even went back to, like, when they started. They're like, this is where we started. First, we wanted to make you have legs, and they made that. And they're like, all right, now.
Yeah, they wanted you to be able to walk in and out of your ship, like it was actual space, not just the cockpit, but they wanted you to be able to explore your ship interior, so the interior
like there's an engine room.
Space. It made sense.
Like there's a spot you eat, there's a spot you sleep. Every button on your ship actually fucking does something.
Yep.
And then after that was
they were creating let's see, it wasn't space flight, but it was the ability to pull the roadmap up. You have to look at the road. I mean, I think you have to skip to a certain section on it, but yeah, I think you have to pull the roadmap up. It's actually very interesting.
Yeah. And then it made me also put myself in their shoes, where, like, they're doing a lot of things that have not been done, and then they're also trying to learn things that have been done, but it's not like, they can just go, like, you have to fucking learn it to do it and implement it into your game.
And they were showing the streamlined data of what the data analysis they're pulling from, like, PCs and whatnot, and they made that information public. So they could see, like, okay, well, here's the average user's PC, and here's where they're hitting, and they're on the frame rate scale on their heat maps. So they can get analytical data on, how optimized they need to make their shit, or what they need to do to optimize said areas and whatnot. So I was like, okay, all right, this is stuff that a user base likes to hear.
Yeah, and like, I didn't know that it was a huge priority for them to why it took them so long to do it too, was they wanted to make it, because this is a multiplayer game, they wanted to make it so that when you look at your buddy and he's aiming a weapon, what you see him aiming at is actually what he's aiming at, and most games don't do that.
Right.
Which and he was like, and then they were like, well, we had to go, like, break down a bunch of our engine to actually make that work. So, like, when you're in a situation with your buddy, like clearing a room or something, and he's aiming at, you know exactly what he's aiming at. Instead of, like, when you guys have played Borderlands, when you're looking at another character, you can tell that, like, it's off. you can tell those kinds of things, but they wanted to make that a priority, so that as well as anything they do is actually lined up with what they're actually doing. Like, if you're in a co-pilot situation, what he's actually pressing is what he's actually pressing. Whatever.
On top of switching from CryEngine to Lumberyard, that was
that was a big thing there.
Yep.
And then from there was he started catching up to, like, what they're doing now, where they're adding missions. They added missions and stuff, and a little more stability, and making all that stable so people can actually play it. And then next is expanding that. Yeah, organizations. And then I think after that one was persistence.
Mm-hmm.
But that has to start with object persistence, and then after that is full persistence.
Yes.
Where what you do actually affects the world. And then after that was server, like, fluidity of servers or something.
Servers. The fuck was it? Like, multilateral servers. So all the servers were integrated, so it was one big gigantic massive universe, as opposed to, like, 50 players a server or 100 players a server. they were all interlinked in the same space and universe,
Yeah.
as
Like,
much as
where
possible.
Yeah, where like it would be technically, like technologically impossible to have 1,000 people in one room, but to try to have like at least 1,000 people on the same planet.
Yeah. Yep.
Which, I mean, if you think about it, and it made me think about like, okay, well, you're not wrong. What Star Citizen wants to be is like IRL sci-fi.
Yeah.
That's what it wants to be. But how do you fucking do that? And then like them talking about that made me think about that. I was like, well, shit. Yeah, it would be really fucking hard to have 1,000 people in one city, or like standing so they could all look at each other in any video game, let alone one that looks fucking amazing. Everything everybody does is actually lined up with what they're actually doing.
At the scale that it is.
Yeah.
And then,
exactly.
How long was Red Dead Redemption 2 in development? Like 8 years?
I don't know how long.
Stupid amount of time. So I mean, this has been like, I don't know, 6 years. And that's what people say is like, oh, the jokes are, oh, it'll probably never release. I'm just like, yo, yeah, probably. I don't think it was to say that the game's never going to release because it's a scam. I think it was just because the depth and magnitude of what they were trying to do was going to require a lot of time to get done.
Yeah. So, I mean, he even said it in that fucking roadmap conference. He was like, I don't think Star Citizen will ever be done.
Right. The depth and scale of what you're trying to do is going to require a long time.
Yeah. That's also the point of Star Citizen, though, is that they'll just keep making it better and better.
Right. So
it did make me feel a little better after watching that. And then he talked about like what's a way more realizable goal is to push out Squadron 42. And a lot of those systems that they're putting into Star Citizen is also going to be in Squadron 42, which for those of you that don't know what Squadron 42 is what initially Star Citizen started as they started their Kickstarter to make a
single player experience.
Yeah, single player space experience, like what the footage you're seeing now, where you can get out of your ship, walk around, interact with people, blah blah blah. And when they started their Kickstarter, they ended up making fuck tons more, and they're like, fuck, what do we do with all this money though? And then the community was like, make a persistent game, like MMO. Okay, all right. So.
Well, Squadron 42 seems Gucci, but that's not the selling point for me.
Yeah, I mean, I'll play the fuck out of it.
Yeah, I don't have Squadron 42. I'll probably buy it later or something. I don't know, but
I bought it because I was like, that's gonna come out way more soon than Star Citizen's ever gonna be at a point where I'm gonna play it every day.
Probably.
But
a lot of big name actors in that motherfucker. Jesus.
Yeah. I was watching the new trailer that they just released at that. Dear God, man.
Mark Hamill.
I think fucking Mark Hamill's in it. Sirius, the guy that plays Sirius Black's in it. Who else they fucking... Let's just pull up an IMDb.
They have a fuck ton of big name actors in that fucking
God
thing.
Damn. It was ridiculous. Let me pause this.
I don't know how much you pay them for their digital fucking lookalikes, but...
Yeah. I don't know. I mean, to be fair... They have a fuck ton of money, and they just recently raised another $7 million within a couple days. So
it's starting to expand. There's a lot of bigger names are getting involved into it now. So it's like, okay, well.
This is the new trailer, by the way, guys, for Squadron 42 that we're showing right now.
Yeah.
So let's see who we can name as we're watching this. What's her name?
I don't know.
From X-Files.
Yep.
Fucking Mark Hamill. It doesn't sound like Mark Hamill, though. I don't know what they did there. Maybe they wanted him to do a different... Because he's a pretty good voice actor, too, so...
Yeah. I think they had gameplay footage of Squadron 42 as well.
Didn't they? That's probably a different video that they showed while they were at the con. Yeah.
Oh, Economy was one of those roadmaps, too.
I don't know who the guy that's talking right now in the video. I don't know who he is, but I've recognized his voice before. towards the later bit, it starts showing everybody. Yeah, I mean it's very ambitious. And then that guy, whoever the fuck he is, he's another famous actor.
That
I don't know
fucking
his
guy.
fucking name though. That fucking guy. He was I'm trying to remember who he played though. You guys watching this will be able to tell. I mean, there you go. There you go. There's Danny DeVito. And then there's him and her. Yeah, that guy. I mean, yeah, whoever he is. Yep, and then Danny DeVito again. I'm sorry. That's rude. Sirius Black. Whoever that actor's name is.
That's fucked up, Nate.
Sorry, he's too tall to be Danny DeVito. I apologize.
That's true.
And whoever that guy is, I've recognized. And fucking what's his name? John Rhys Davies is in this. This will probably be like the biggest budget game ever.
Rivals Films.
I could totally, yeah. Especially with how much they're spending to have all these people in it.
Oh, independent development funded too.
Yeah.
No publisher.
Yeah, here's the gameplay. There you go. Which is obviously staged.
Oh, they actually had actual authentic gameplay. Like,
okay. I haven't seen that video yet.
Interwebs.
So yeah, a lot of amazing things coming with Star Citizen that I'm excited for.
Well, I'm probably gonna play it this weekend.
Yeah.
So.
I wish I could just play it all the time because I enjoy like I was saying the other day, like I didn't think a game could make me enjoy just flying like 20 minutes to a planet, 10 minutes to land, go into a fucking abandoned station, take a box, and then want to take it back and make some money. But Star Citizen makes me like that, you know? Yeah. Just because, you know, I had all the things I had to do to get there in my ship and everything, and like all of that made me enjoy it. So it's definitely yes. And we will be talking a lot more about Star Citizen in the future. Yep. But we have a lot of other games to talk about. Yeah. So, you've been doing this thing I want to talk about. You've been doing this thing where you have your... Let's see if we can find it. Let's see if we can find it here. Your Carnage box.
Oh, my Carnage box. You want to talk about my Carnage box?
But also what you do with your break screens, it's more unique than just a break, though. Or also just when you chat with people.
Oh, man, I feel like...
what's going on here in this video?
This is...
No, I want to talk to you about the, from streamer to streamer and stuff like that.
Okay, well, streamer to streamer, what I did was, I got, you know, how everybody does, and you can take this for your tools for your toolbox, all right? This is just something I've done that I wanted to do. The hardest part of streaming, and I'm sure a lot of you guys who do streaming agree, is when you want to take a break, your viewer base drops because they're just like, well, I'm gonna go watch something else until he comes back or whatever, right? So it's like, well, not everybody wants to see a BRB screen for like the next hour and you playing music in the background. Some people are okay with it, some people aren't. It's just like, so what can I do? What can I do to maintain my viewership and keep them entertained to where they want to stick around when I'm gone, right?
Yeah.
So the idea was I will do a display capture. I'll put on an interesting YouTube video or something that might have to do with me, either me personally, something I personally enjoy, or maybe it's footage of the game I'm covering or whatnot. So it's like, why don't I do that instead? You know, let that go, keep them enthralled. That way they actually want to stick around, want to maintain that viewership, keep that count up, you know, so it's just something for people to actually watch instead of like the same looping fucking screen. You know, it's kind of the same thing with your fucking dancing head. The dancing head's great, phenomenal. It like mesmerizes and hypnotizes people, you know. So it's instead of just like JR87 or the Nate face will return. Whatever the fuck's playing in the background.
I mean, even though your fucking Doom guy, Be Right Back, was like every time it would go off, it'd be like, fucking kill demons.
Well, right. I mean, that's cool. It's just stimulus, right? Stimulus. If you get people sucked into something, If you get something sucked in, something sucked. Wow.
I'm in that too.
That might be a reason to go BRB, but it just gives me a chance to like talk about other things or keep people entranced with something. Like this, for instance, I think I was playing a tactical game or whatnot, and this is a segment from a podcast or questions and answers with from Penteo Productions called the Warfighters. They're just literally a couple of fucking Army SF guys, SMU guys, sitting in a bar talking about because they're all firearm instructors now in the civilian space. Some of them are still fucking doing their things or whatever they're doing, and just shooting the shit about like everything from the warrior image to good instructors to things they learned in combat to everything. And it pertained to particularly the game I'm playing because maybe it did, maybe it didn't, I don't know. But generally it does, and generally that's people know my background and stuff like that. They kind of are interested to see more stuff. So I was just like, fuck it, I'll just put on this. I'm gonna go leave for whatever I was doing for an hour and 20 minutes or whatever, and I'm just like, fucking let this go. Nothing they can't look up themselves, but it's on.
But this is also like, this is stuff I like and is part of me.
So yeah, and it's something I could use the Carnage box for a lot of things. I have the chat box come up there. I could use it to cover, like, if I wanted to do. The whole point of that was to be all encompassing. So it was a BRB screen. It was for me to talk to you and show you stuff on when I'm like there to point out what I'm looking at my screen. It was for me to do some shout casting if I need to, if I'm playing competitive games or whatnot. Multilateral function. So talking about
these guys in the video.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. These guys are in the video are talking about. Part of it was like they were talking about like, just because you have real estate on your gear doesn't mean you need to put something there.
Right.
That was one part of it.
Ounces equal pounds and pounds equal fucking pain. It's like if I don't it always sounds good. And I was that guy too. I wanted all this fucking Gucci gear and shit like that too until I carrying it for 6, 8, 10, 12, 15 hours. And you're just like, God, I really wish I wouldn't have fucking brought that piece of gear.
Yeah.
What is it? Is this essential to my life saving? It's like, oh, yeah.
Yeah, like I bought my own backpack once for my radio. I was like, maybe I can get a different backpack, because like I have a specific need being RTO versus these normal bags. Right. They don't sit right in the normal bags, so I wanted to get something special. And I tried it out, and dude, after like 3 hours of carrying that thing, my fucking God, that backpack made my back and shoulders hurt so fucking bad.
Yep.
And I was just like, but I mean, it takes trial and error. Like, that's another reason why I love the medium ruck so much. It's because it has separate slots in the back for a radio a spot for the antenna to come out.
You cannot go a day without talking about that fucking medium ruck, dude.
I fucking love it. I don't know why I haven't bought one yet.
Because they're $250.
Yeah, that's why. Yeah.
And they don't make it in Coyote Tan. So
yeah, I mean, I would rather have it in Coyote Tan than multicam personally, as well, because I'm not in anymore. I don't want camo. But yeah, and I've also seen you, like you've shown, you put on here when you go for a break to go grab a bite to eat or something, like stuff of Jocko's podcast. I've seen you the other day. You were doing one that was, some
Christmas gifts.
Military guy talking about like, hey, Christmas gifts for your special someone that likes fucking guns in his prior military or whatever. Like here's like get him fucking mags. He's gonna like mags. Like. Go find out what he has. Go buy some. If he has this, go buy these types of mags. They're really nice. Yeah. And I was like, that's a fucking brilliant idea. He just hit pay dirt with making a video like that. Like that's.
Yeah. It's just a way for you, for people, your audience, to get closer to you, to get to know you, as a person, as an individual, whatever. If you want to share your if you want to share that much with your fucking people, it happens. My military background happens to be a staple for a lot of my content. It's kind of I cannot say it has not attributed to the success I've had in the tactical gaming market. If you, I don't know, if you're like, hey, this tactical gamer's cool, I'd be like, yeah, okay, cool. Well, this tactical gamer was a former Navy SEAL. Oh, how does he play? People are curious. So
Yeah.
it's just the way it is.
Yeah, we're gonna have to find something other than Discord, man. Discord's doing all sorts of fucking shit right now.
Skype?
Yeah, we're gonna do Skype next time. We'll figure that out. Right now, it's doing this thing with your voice every now and then, where it sounds like you're talking through a walkie-talkie, and then you put two walkie-talkies together.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why, but we've never had that problem before, and now it's doing it. But yeah.
Of course, I don't think Navy SEALs game. They're too busy writing movies and books. So
yeah, being sheepdogs.
I had to say it. Sorry.
Well, they seem like they do. I mean, all of them are writing fucking books and making movies and stuff. So, goddamn. That reminds me of one of the guys that I deployed with. He's got into boxing.
Yeah.
Dear God, man, since he's it's a more focused environment physically for him versus I have to be able to go for a month or two on like shitty sleep, and what that does to your body.
Yeah.
And now he's out and he works construction and boxes, and goddamn, man, he fucking. I would not want to get punched by him. God, he has a photographer that he brings to his fucking fights, and jeez, you see like the photographer will catch a photo of him like doing a gut punch, and just like every muscle in his arm is just flexing. And you're just like, oh, that must have hurt. Oh God. But it's fucking sick to see what people are up to, man.
Nice.
And it doesn't leave their lives like that.
Yeah.
Like another guy that I deployed with, he was always like a big dude, and now he's getting into competition lifting. Now that he doesn't have to worry about, like I got to keep myself in a certain bracket.
Right.
And
trust me, I know. Don't get out and like if you plan on staying in or whatever, man, don't think you're gonna be fucking like I wanna hit a bodybuilder type and whatever, and then get that extra fucking 30-40 pounds of muscle and realize you can't run for shit and you fucking fail your god. I never failed a PFT. I always got a first class, but it gets harder, trust me. So military is not meant for heavy lifting. It's meant for endurance-based athletes all the way. I don't fucking care what you do.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, which always puzzled me when I saw the dudes at the gym that had bodybuilder bodies. Yeah, I was like, dude, how do you fucking run?
Definitely not.
Yeah.
Definitely not in anything like that, because. Yeah.
Yeah. All right, now go throw on 80 pounds plus and do this fucking 12-mile ruck with us. Come on.
Yeah.
But I'm so heavy as is, man. I'm not built for endurance. I can lift that Humvee though.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Anyway, good shit there. So you did play some more South Park.
Yep.
You have anything you wanted to talk about with South Park that you were doing there?
It's funny, it's hilarious. I smashed both DLCs and one of the main story. Done.
Okay. All right.
There you go.
Okay.
South Park's great, man. I fucking binge watch. I don't know what fucking season we're on right now, but I therapeutic for me, man. I like laughing. I like having a good time, and it's got some pretty fucking awesome RPG mechanics for a fucking hilarious game, and that's a win in my book. As serious as a guy as I am, I like to laugh, so it's good for me.
Yeah.
Crack a smile.
I mean, it's a funny. Here's the Christmas thing.
Yeah, Carl. So.
Oh. I just bought last night. I bought the supply drop of K-Pods for Black Rifle Coffee.
Yeah.
It's got like 48 of all the different flavors.
Mm-hmm.
And I found it interesting that there's only like 2 different dark roasts.
Yeah.
I thought that was pretty interesting, seeing as, Black Rifle Coffee is Black Rifle Coffee and it's for vets and stuff, and there's only 2 dark roasts. I thought that was pretty interesting.
I don't care what, bro. Fucking just put it in there and throw it, fucking brew it and go. I'm happy.
Yeah. They have a lot more options for coffee than you'd think, based on like who they're tendering towards, which is fine. You know, whatever you like for coffee is fine, but thought it was interesting.
You don't want to go down that road. That was me beating one of the DLCs.
All right. So, you have anything else about South Park or
no?
No.
Just
okay.
play the fucking game.
Yeah, it makes me want to play it, and I'm not really a big fan of it. South Park, particularly. All right, so I've been playing some more Red Dead.
Tell me about it, Nate. Tell me about it, because I'm fucking out buying a horse and everything else. It was a good time, man. I love seeing that game. Maybe I like westerns. I grew up on westerns and shit. So like fucking Outlaw Josie Wales and fucking Unforgiven and fucking. I don't think Unforgiven was that good, but fucking. You know, for a fistful of dollars, a few dollars more, the good, bad, the ugly. Then of course you got the John Waynes and fucking everything else, McClintock and everything else. So I mean, like, I'm just waiting for the PC version so I can get my hands on it, because I'm not buying a console version of it. Not doing it.
No, don't.
Even though it looks good.
When I ended yesterday for Red Dead, I had a mission where I was given a very vague description of where to find this chick's brother. He was last seen in Cumberland Forest. I'm like, all right, okay, I'm gonna go to Cumberland Forest. I pulled out my map, you know, and like once I got to Cumberland Forest, I'm like, all right, this is pretty circular in nature, so I'm gonna do a circular search pattern or spiral search pattern, right? Where I go around and then I go in and then I go around again and then I go in and I go, you know, until I find it, right?
No more whiskey. We go home now. I can quote that. I know exactly what he was saying, what scene he was talking about. Yeah, fuck.
I love those movies, man. It's a different kind of attitude.
True Grit.
Those movies. Yeah. What was the one where he actually? I don't want to spoil it. Where he actually did something that he does not do in any of his movies.
Was it Big Jake? No.
Was Big Jake where he had kids? Sons of Katie Elder. Never mind.
Yeah.
Sons of Katie Elder. Yeah. That one was a very different John Wayne movie. Yeah, that was like, well, True Grit too. True Grit was a very different John Wayne movie too. Because he usually plays, you know, that, well, hey there, partner, I'm the good guy, and I never get shot. And if I do, it's so a woman can patch me up and I can fuck her.
Yep.
You know, like that's...
That's the dude.
Yeah, that's the fucking dude. Whereas Clint Eastwood's the, I fucking kill everybody and I don't sleep with women. I mean, he kind of does. And like, what was it? Was it A Fistful of Dollars or A Few Dollars More where he was the demon?
Oh, Pale Rider, I think, actually. Not the
Pale
demon.
Rider?
Pale Rider, I think he did. Didn't he Pale Rider?
Yeah, he came back as a ghost, right?
No.
That was a weird movie.
I think that was a fistful? I don't know.
Fistful of Dollars?
Fuck.
Yeah. I think it was Fistful of Dollars. Yeah, maybe. Yeah.
Someone fire up
that was like, what the fuck is going on in this?
Bailey. Take note. Write it down.
There you go. What's up, Nemec? How you doing, man? So, I've been doing a ton of side stuff in Red Dead. Like I've been talking about, like where I'm not using the in-game map. I'm just going hunting, terrain associating, and I'm fucking loving it. Because I could be anywhere in the game, and I can get to another point in the game. Oh, I need to go to Saint Denis? I can find Saint Denis without even looking at a fucking map. Oh, I need to go to, you know, like this place, that place, whatever. Like whatever I need to go do, I can go find. But my problem is once I start, I like, all right, I need to start doing main story so I can unlock more mechanics in the game. Like I haven't unlocked fishing and certain weapons and, you know, whatever else I haven't unlocked because you have to unlock stuff with the main story. My problem is when the main story wants me to do certain things, that's when the problems in the game start really showing themselves more.
Uh-oh.
For example, when I need to chase somebody for some reason, you know, because it's a Western game, you're gonna lasso somebody off a horse. So I'm chasing someone, and
their horse is faster than yours.
Yeah, his horse was faster than mine, and I have a fucking Arabian, man. Like, no horse is faster than my fucking horse. All right? Especially not some douchebag, you know. But it's also
Did you
I've
watch
been noticing.
Hidalgo, man? That doesn't mean anything.
I'm just saying that was an endurance race though.
Yeah.
But this was a short distance, and I have a fucking Arabian, and it couldn't catch him. But or like what happened here and what's going on right now. I needed to go collect debts. So there's somebody in the camp that his fucking thing for scamming people is he puts out loans, with a ridiculous interest rate so they can't pay back or whatever, And then so we're going out because the character of Arthur is much more likely to get people to pay back the money because he's a rough and tumble kind of guy. So I went up to this guy's house, and to be fair, it was dark, and I just walk in his back door and he's eating dinner. So he immediately got pissed at me and drew his gun on me and then shot me. So yeah, fair, right? It's fair. Like if I bust, and he lives out in the middle of nowhere, so it's fucking fair. That's fine. So then I stabbed him to death. But I thought about I could shoot him back, but it's so much more.
Where's the follow up to this?
But he was for a quest because I was supposed to get debt money from him. But when he drew the gun on me, there was no option to ask him hey, I'm here to get that fucking money back. I mean, I got the fucking money back. I looted his house, but it was supposed to have an interaction there, and I wasn't supposed to kill them. I was told not to kill these people, although I ended up killing 2 of them. But
what about a different time of day? Would that have changed it?
I don't know, but I'm pretty sure either way it was supposed to have. It was it should have started some way of when I got up to his house, then it starts something. Like when I went to the second one, there was a guy sitting on a log next to where he'd last been seen at a farm. And I'm like, hey, have you seen this dude? And actually, that's him right there getting on that horse. And then he's like, see ya, sucker! Which started the my Arabian should be faster than your horse.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But it was for the sake of gamism that you have to chase him down. But I would have been perfectly fine with, I got him, within, 20 yards. Just got him. All right, I have a fucking Arabian. Eat a dick. But... So, yeah, it creates situations like that. And then other gamisms I've had. I was playing a little bit off stream last night because I wanted to go do some side stuff that's just hunting. And I know I take 8 hours to go do one hunt.
Take
and
8 hours
to go get a moose.
Bro.
Yeah, exactly. So I wanted to go get a moose. So I went back up and they have very rare spawns, like a full fucking bull moose. So I was going to go out there and go try to find a fucking bull moose up in the grizzlies. And I did that. I was going to do it off stream. And I found a bull moose. Took a while. Took him down. Got his pelt. I was riding back. And this was not on my Arabian. This was another horse I got. It was a Nakota. That is also a racehorse category. But then I was making my way to a trader. And another gamism is there is a spot along that railroad. Because I usually use the railroads for a pretty basic getting from point A to point B better than roads. Since they obviously put more work into railroads being even and all that stuff or whatever, and it shows itself in the game versus taking winding roads to get from point A to point B. And I'll usually, yeah. So there's a spot every time I've ever used that railroad where a snake spawns. Every single time. And I know that because, your horse doesn't like fucking snakes, especially rattlesnakes. So your horse starts spooking and starts not listening to you and starts trying to get away from it. And I didn't have a really big bond with this horse, which, it makes sense. It's fine. That's a gamism. This is kind of like real life, as the horse doesn't like fucking snakes. But it's because that there's a rattlesnake that spawns there every time. It just so happened a train was coming by and it was a very short area. And, so my horse started getting spooked. But I don't know why a horse would fucking walk into a moving train, and my horse died. It was like no. I was like, and I heard it, and then the horse started whinnying. I'm like, no, I'm at this spot, and I know what's about to fucking happen. And then my horse is dead, and I'm like, motherfucker. And there's my pelt sitting there, my perfect pelt, that I need to take to a trapper, and I'm just like, motherfucker.
Probably sounds a lot more humorous than it was.
What? Yeah, so I mean, those kinds of things happening where the gamisms fuck me on something makes me a lot less inclined to not be an asshole to people. For example, like going into that guy's house, I just stabbed him to fucking death. You know, like I don't care, and then I burned him in his. And then his dog came out because he saw that I was gonna give him a Viking burial because he fought well. You know, I was gonna light a pyre for him. So his dog came up and saw that I was carrying his dead owner, so I had to kick the dog to death. So it's stuff like that. You know, like,
hang on a minute. Hang on a minute. Hang on. I don't think that's a gameism. I think that's a gruntism, is what that is. I think that was a.
The game is making me do bad things in front of people. Okay,
it was a gruntism.
Yeah,
that's a gruntism.
Yeah.
Through and through. The game, maybe because you felt a little limited in being that guy, the gruntism came out, and you had to solve the problem. You had other ways to do it, but you had to do it that way.
Yes. Yeah.
So, you know.
Apparently, I like doing bad things.
You could have snuck in the house and just not have him detect you and just grab the stuff, I'm sure, but you decided to do the gruntism way.
Yeah. Yeah, and I'll admit
that was probably
in that situation, like, for example, right? Like, he pulls the gun on me, and I'm like, fuck, this isn't gonna work. So I open my weapon wheel, and I'm like, what should I kill him with? You know, that's my immediate thought. I'm like, I'm gonna use the knife. Like, the knife is gonna be interesting here because he pulled a gun on me, then I fucking shanked him to death. You know, like, and then the dog, like, while I'm carrying the owner, the dog coming up and biting me, and then like stopping for a second and thinking, you know, that gruntism thing that you're talking about. What's the best way to stop this dog? I'm just gonna kick it to death. Like. You know, I do terrible. It makes me do terrible things. Maybe that's the problem. Because right after my horse died, and I was pissed, and I still need to get this goddamn. I need to get this this pelt to the trapper. Some random dudes start going up a trail next to me, and I'm like, "You've got horses."
Yep, see, fucking gruntism through and through, man. Normal human beings don't think that.
I'm sorry, but it pisses me. I don't know. It's whatever. Maybe that's why. It's that struggle of like, this is what the game's bringing out in me because of its stupidity. But yeah.
No, people don't think. Well, yeah, I could talk to these guys and see if I get a horse, or I can just walk to town. Oh, hey, they have horses. Bam, bam.
Like no one's out here. No one's gonna fucking know. So yeah, exactly.
That's funny. That's good shit.
Yeah.
So glad you're giving it
but
the other side.
I will give them this. It is a game where I get put in situations I've never thought I'd be in, like that, and other, you know, like having to kick a dog to death and stuff like that. You know, like I wouldn't normally want to kick somebody's dog to death, but to be fair, you know, I am carrying his dead owner. So yeah.
That was good, man. That was good.
Yeah.
I want to see more of that. Not the dog kicking to death part, but the game.
Yeah.
I gotta clarify.
Yeah, I actually just killed this guy's horse in this while he was trying to run after me. But so yeah, the game. It's kind of bothering me when gameism things happen that inconvenience me. So I mean I fix it, you know, but it's not the way I want because of the game, which I guess is fair because life is not the way you want it to be, but whatever. But
man, it's a wild west, okay? This is the wild fucking west.
Yeah. But I have a feeling moving forward as I do more story stuff, the way that I think is going to contradict how the game wants me to do things quite a bit. So we'll see how that goes.
Don't slip into the divinity mindset. Don't do it.
Oh, no, that's not going to happen. No,
okay.
No. This game doesn't have design elements that are there to like literally fuck you. Like when we were purposely supposed to go dig graves and one of them just fucking kills me. Yeah. That's fucking stupid. Or the first town you get to, there's another grave that you dig up and then it fucking kills you. And it's just like, what? Why? Because fuck you. That's why.
That pissed us off pretty bad, I think.
Yeah.
First we laughed at it, and we were just like, what the fuck?
Yeah, exactly, Nevik. Like you need to do it the way they want you to do it. And I've failed whenever I do story missions. I usually fail them because I don't start it the way they want me to. And another thing is, especially if you're chasing somebody, if you don't go the exact direction he's going, then you fail. Like, I wanted to go up on a hill, see where he went, and then get him. You know, like, okay, he's going that way. Or, you know, shoot him off the horse from a hill. Yeah. But the game wants me to chase him and take him down. So
I don't want to do that.
I don't want to do that, man. Why? Guy fucking runs from me. He saw I was strapped with a bunch of guns. That's his fucking fault. God damn. And another thing about this goddamn game, and everybody that's played it will agree, everybody's so fucking rude. I'm out in the middle of nowhere with a rifle, a bow, a shotgun, a sawn-off on my hip, a fucking revolver, and, you know, I'm wearing something made out of shit that I killed, and it's still bleeding on the back of my horse, and somebody rides by up in the mountains. It's like, I ain't come here for company, so you better piss off. And I'm like, what'd you just fucking say to me? Or like, oh, they'll comment on your outfit and be like, oh, you're wearing that? I'm like, really, motherfucker? No one would know. No one would fucking know. And if they saw it, I'll kill them too.
Then we had that whole conversation about, you know, the difference between them and it was because my conscience is stopping me from doing things generally most of the time.
Yeah, we did. But this game lets you do it anyway. Yeah. It's just that people see me do it is the problem.
So maybe they need to.
Yeah.
So
maybe I just need to accept it. So even Nevik shoots rude ass NPCs. Yep. Yeah, there you go. Fucking assholes. Although I have had some really interesting interactions.
We know who's good cop and bad cop here. Do we? I think it's bad cop right now.
Yeah. Like, wait a minute. Where's
Actually,
the good cop act?
It's
like,
more like I think it's more like fucking Sith Lord and maybe Apprentice. I don't know. Nate's coming to more to terms with it.
Yeah. Justin's over here going like, just let it overtake you, yes. Let the hate flow through you. No, that's impossible.
I am your father. No, I'm not.
Bad cop, worst cop.
Yeah.
There you go. We flip roles. I'm going to be the worst cop now. Never crooked cop, though.
No.
Never crooked cop. No. Just bad cop.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But yeah. So I've still got a fuck ton of Red Dead Redemption 2 ahead of me. But it is still that game that I can just go boot up and I just like, I don't care how long it takes me to finish whatever I need to do. I'm just going to enjoy the fucking game. And enjoy it. Yeah, like, yeah, all the things. Looking at horses, looking at birds, killing people. Killing an outpost full of outlaws and then throwing every single one of their bodies every single time I do it on a fire.
Yes.
Every single time. Everybody. No matter where it died. And their dogs.
You had to go with the dogs, man.
That made me feel angry, though, when I got attacked by some dudes with dogs and I had to shoot their dogs. I was like, God damn it. Why couldn't they be my attack dogs?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Why can't they? But you had to make me shoot you because that's not a game mechanic where I can make him my attack dog or something, you know?
No, loyal to the master, I guess. I don't know. Well,
yeah.
See you now.
All right. I mean, he's fucking dead. Although I did have a fuck ton of fun one time because I took out an outpost. I was busy throwing all the bodies on the fire. And then some bounty hunters came to get me because I was in an area that I was wanted. And they kept sending posses after me. And I was eventually like, I'd kill the whole posse. And then I'd go back to like throwing all their bodies on the fire too. So it was like this never ending pile of dead bodies that they kept feeding. And it was like, I'm going to be here all fucking day. And then I finally got to this guy that was up in the barn that I shot. Turns out he had a Gatling gun that I shot him off of. Now, he was obviously not using that Gatling gun correctly on me because I would have been fucking dead or knew it was a Gatling gun. I think he was like short bursting it or something. I thought he was just shooting his pistol really fast.
The point of a Gatling fucking gun is so you don't have to worry about short bursting because you got like fucking 8 different fucking barrels to keep the cooling down. Or cooling down. Heat down.
Yeah, you'd think.
I mean, come on.
But so when the next posse came of bounty hunters to get me, I went right up into that fucking barn, and that was a ton of fun. Horses falling over, fucking people just getting turned into pudding and just.
Is there clips of that? Fuck yeah.
Uh,
You guys didn't clip that for me?
There was a clip of one dude that got hit. There was a clip of one dude that it did a cinematic of me turning his face into pudding, but
come on. Okay, you guys should know that, you know, me being as diabolical as I fucking am, I'm gonna want that shit clipped. At very least, you can say, hey, I did it for Justin. You know, check this clip out. You get a raging heart on about it later, you know? Something. God.
Oh, there'll be many more interesting, fun things as the story goes on, so. Yeah.
This is Talking Guns Psychopath Edition.
Yep, the one about being a psychopath. Oh, we'll title it that. Yeah. So that's enough about Red Dead, though, because I'm going to be talking about Red Dead for a while.
Well, it's worth talking about.
Yeah, it's still a really good game minus its problems, which I understand why it didn't get Game of the Year because of those problems. So, but it's still a really fun game.
That's right, Sarah.
Destiny, right? Right.
All right. Yeah, this is where I zone out.
Actually, guys, one of the best ways to support a streamer is to clip things.
Yes. Yes, it is.
And then share those clips. Yes. That is one of the best ways, because those are mini moments of what makes that stream great, which is why you should clip things. My problem is I'm usually watching people on mobile and the clip thing keeps fucking breaking and I keep missing moments. But
hey, I love our clip. I love seeing people clip shit. Like, and then dump it in there. Like, I purposely go back on my video manager just to see if someone's made clips.
You know? Yeah. Every now and then people clip weird shit.
Oh, yeah, they'll clip weird shit, you know.
I think they just accidentally hit it. Like, they didn't mean to.
Right. But, like, you have a little Discord dump where you can dump clips in and stuff like that. I love that, you know.
Yeah. Yeah, that is one of the best ways you can help a streamer.
Well,
because then other people see, like, a funny moment. Yeah.
So...
that really shows off that streamer. But so I finally finished the new Destiny raid this last week. I finally got it, and I got it before the end time for being able to buy the raid jacket. So this is a $150 jacket that I get access to if I beat the raid before X day since its release.
More stuff to spend money on that you fought. Okay.
Yeah. I mean, yeah. And I bought it. I'm still kind of regretting it, but made me think about, like, they do this for every raid that comes out. But yeah, I definitely have a Destiny problem, man. I have a problem.
You know what? You got your problem. Fuck it. Thing. It might be taking over the Fallout. The Fallout. It might be Destiny 2's replacing the Fallout fucking thing, man. I don't know.
See, I love Fallout way more, though. It's just that they just don't make a lot of cool Fallout stuff at a price that I'm not like, fuck you, you're gonna charge that much for that piece of shit? You know, like, but yeah.
Yeah.
But so, okay, so I finally did the new raid. The new raid, it's very mechanics heavy, but your power, they did it a very interesting way where it's not hard to do. It's more of you're fighting things where you cannot be a fucking idiot and do the raid. Really, you can't make dumb decisions, but you also, if you're not high enough power, you're kind of getting fucked. But it's not a long raid either, so it has its pros and cons. I mean, the end boss is a giant fucking mech, which is pretty cool. Yeah, and you gotta, like, he's got like these weak points that you have to pop that are his shield generators. So you can bring his shield down, and then there's other dudes doing this other mechanic so that they can go power up a tank so that you can, like, hit him with, because that's the only thing that can hit him hard enough to stun him so that you can actually hurt him. So it's really cool because it's like they also made it so that this tank, or not this tank, this mech is actually something that you don't want looking at you when you grab aggro. Because, like, he's got fucking missile pods that open out of his back and he just starts bombarding the shit out of you. He's got fucking dual, like, giant cannons he shoots at you and other stuff that he does. So, cool on that, but they put in some interesting mechanics with some of the, like, the other ads that are in the game where they do way more damage than they should. Mm-hmm. So, like, little red bar guy, which is supposed to be little enemy, you know, not too bad, can two-shot you or almost one-shot you. and they keep spawning. So it's more like it's really more that they just keep throwing so many ads at you while you're trying to do complex things. And it's not just a matter of it's not the conventional, like I think this is actually the first raid where it's not the conventional, like you go into a room, there's the bad guy and the mechanics. It's you're in the city, and like as you can see here in the feed, it's just the fucking city with buildings and alleyways and streets and shit, and you're just kind of like, and there's guys, snipers that go on all these different roofs you have to keep watching on, that keep spawning in different places. So it's more of a big environment where the threats can come from any direction versus it's usually like you know where the problem is and you can work based on that. So it's got its pros and cons. Like Doc says he doesn't really like it, but United does, you know, and I can see why. I can agree with both points there as to why. But it is a shooter though, where you do have the versatility of being able to hit something over here, then over here, then over here, then over here, versus like a third person MMO that you're playing where you can't really do that. So but it makes you be like hyper aware, which I kind of appreciate. It's a lot of artificial difficulty. Well, it's I don't know if I would necessarily say artificial difficulty. You do definitely get the feeling that the enemy does not want you to complete your goal. So just like K. Fucking Destiny.
He gets his talking points. He likes it. Let him get it out. I don't,
Yeah.
I haven't fired it up in months, so I can't really comment on it, but, same thing. He gets his do stuff, let him get it out. I have no idea what the fuck he's talking about. But
which is also why I've been playing other games than Destiny, because I was sitting here and I was like, this is all I have to talk about on TG, and which also makes me realize that there's so many other fucking games out there that I could be playing instead of playing this one game. And every time I talk about it on TG, I'm like, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid, this is stupid. Well, then why the fuck do you play it? Like, I don't know. This is stupid, this is stupid, this is because shooting aliens in the fucking face with your friends is fun. That's why. I like shooting it. Like, the shooting has always felt good in this fucking game, and that's why I keep coming back to it. So, there's a lot of design elements in Destiny that I really don't fucking care for. We've had the conversation last TG where I was talking about it really frustrates me being a streamer and having a community of awesome people that also like the game, but like, hey, we should keep playing this game and keep focusing on it, versus other things. And then like trying to get other people to like, hey, you should buy the DLC so you can play with us. Well, yeah, but what about like A, B, C, and D and through F and Z of all these things that they did to fuck you for money, so.
Well, it's like I fucking told you, I'd like to play other games and stuff like that, but I have my niche. If I want, anytime I put out anything that has anything to do with the tactical gaming market, it blows up. Ground Branch, yeah. Insurgency, Arma, Squad, fucking, if I did Rainbow Six Siege, if I did whatever, if it's in that genre, that's my niche. I play other games, I play South Park, I play Star Citizen, I play fucking everything else, but that's my niche. Destiny 2 might be your niche, that's you have a community around that has built around it, so
there's some awesome people.
You would be foolish not to cater to that niche, but you don't have to always cater to that niche. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Well, it creates that, like, every time they've come out with some new content, every time I stream the game, actually, every time I stream Destiny, we have to have a conversation about how much Destiny sucks. Like, to the point where I no shit have a button on my stream deck that's a guy beating a dead horse. Like, I was like, oh yeah, turn on GIF. Yep, beating dead horse. Yep. It's actually a pretty good GIF, but yeah.
Well, that doesn't mean you can't branch out and stuff like that. It's just, I can see the appeal of why this scratches a certain itch. I like to use that term a lot lately.
Yeah.
Just why there's a community around it, and there's somebody who's actively involved in it, and he's facilitating a community involvement into it. So a way to bond, a way to connect. So you are a facilitator for the game, and you have allowed a community to be built around that. So it's
Yeah.
naturally going to be a very powerful focus.
Yeah.
So
I mean, let's be reductive of what Destiny is. Destiny is a first-person shooter made by the guys that made Halo. It's not really an MMO, but it's a team-based game with PvP and PvE. It's a looter shooter in those other categories. That's to be very reductive of what it is. It's a looter shooter that is shoot aliens and shit. So at that base level, when I look at other games like that, because I want that and that feels fun that I can do with people, that it also gives me the avenue to succeed in that other games don't give me, where it doesn't fucking matter what path has been laid in front of me to get what I need. Like if I go pick up WoW right now and I start playing WoW, me all the way to endgame has already been planned out, what I need to do to get there. And what I need to use to get there too, to be good. Because the game, it's like, because of the structure of that game, using like the best way to use my my abilities and cooldowns and hitting all my dots and blah 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 and all that, and everybody that will come through my stream has already played the fuck out of it, so I'm just this newbie dude that's just like constantly asking questions what I need to fucking do here because this doesn't make sense. Like, yeah, it actually doesn't really make a lot of sense, but everybody else knows how it is. Like with a game like Destiny, it doesn't fucking matter because I still have to take this weapon and put rounds where they need to fucking go, and all that.
Well, to me with I think it's just different. I guess I can't talk to you about the Destiny itself, Destiny 2 itself, other than maybe the Crucible side of the house or whatever. But I can tell you basically, or I can talk around it. I'm not going to be able to have a discussion with you about how the raid went because I don't, whatever. I'm not going to be able to talk to you about what my favorite weapon is because I don't fucking know. But I can tell you the aspects of sci-fi games that I enjoy and what niche this might be hitting. Because it's not like I didn't play it. Actually, I was very, very focused on the PvP side of the house. I just haven't because they haven't.
I mean, it's peer to peer.
Haven't really done anything to warrant me doing anything with it.
Yeah.
So
I mean, that's fair. Tefty said the same exact fucking thing. He's like one of the big Destiny people. Is like he said I have no interest in playing competitive PvP with peer to peer connection. There's just no point. And I'm like, I don't fucking blame you, dude. And I don't blame you either. It's peer to fucking peer. Whenever I tell you about the Destiny PvP, it's like, hey, there's this thing that's super broken. Like, oh, fuck that.
I can see the appeal. It's very, I like ARPG mechanics of like Diablo 2, Diablo 3, stuff like that. It's kind of. It would be loosely saying it's in the same vein, but I guess you could. I love sci-fi games. Like Star Citizen is wowing the shit out of me. I enjoyed playing. What did I do? I didn't do Freelancer. Maybe I did. Dissect, stuff like that. I think I just always kind of enjoyed the. I don't know. What's the thing? I just
make your own path. I think we talked about this before.
I think that's kind of it.
You can do your thing.
With sci-fi stuff, it's always been focused on a like a big expansive universe. So that's what I associate with. So it's just I'm telling you right now, if Destiny 2 had like flight mechanics for your ship instead, I'd be like, oh fuck, I might play a lot more of this just because it's me. That's just how I am.
Yeah. I always wish they would do that. They had like, they have all these fucking ships that just don't actually have any purpose other than cosmetics. So, yeah. Locoda says something bothers me when I replace my gun every minute in Destiny. I want my loot to really matter and be personal in my game, I guess. I don't know if you've gotten to end game, but once you start getting to the end game, certain guns will definitely stand out. It's not as much a matter of just replacing your gun all the time. It's like you will have like maybe 10 to 15 different guns that you keep for a while because they all fill a specific role of what they do and what you'll need them for. Yeah. Well, I keep way more than 15.
Yeah.
I want one of everything, man.
Fucking.
One of every. I want
look at your
my
phone. I'm
house
just
to
like,
be.
why?
Yeah. Yeah. There's 77 spicy ramen tokens in there just because I can. Yeah. No, you're not wrong, Doc. Yeah. Yeah. But as far as the topic of like Destiny has always been a game where like you can tell me how like the best way to do a thing or like the raid mechanic, it's still going to come down to me making decisions, you know, like so I don't die and I kill the enemy, and the enemy's not always going to take the same path every time either or do the same thing every time. You know, like it's got that variance where I have room to be really good regardless in PvP. And I mean, it's not the best PvP, but like I have that room based on what I like, I can succeed versus a lot of PvP games I've played where I get pigeonholed into the meta to be good. And I hate that. I don't want to do that.
I just don't, I'm trying to narrow down what it is because I like playing Warframe and I would sunk some time into that.
Warframe actually has room for you to actually plan.
But for some reason, I can't get myself, or I feel like I would be forcing myself to try to play Destiny 2, and I'm trying to figure out why that is. I don't know why. I have no answer for you yet.
Well, I mean, Destiny is pretty much, like if you join now, it would be like, well, you need to go grind your power to get up to what we're doing. Which some of those activities do align, but and to be fair, I was thinking about this the other day actually. One thing I really like about that works with me with Destiny, I was talking to Dirk about this because he's been getting into Warframe a lot, and me why I haven't gotten into Warframe, and what my feeling against Warframe is I'm way behind when it started. So
it's a complex, it's a deep maybe that's why I like it, because it's deep and complex as fuck. You know,
yeah,
that's always been.
Yeah, I mean, you got a lot of things you can do and plan and like figure out what works best for you and what you want to do, so that you can hit like 8 goals at once. Like the macro managing and micromanaging of your time is nice in that game versus Destiny's kind of.
That's the whole old RTS gamer
minimal
coming out.
Yeah,
maybe that's what it is.
Yeah,
I was so desperate for RTS. I was looking up Dawn of War 3 videos just the other day. I was just like, what's the state of this game? Can I play this? That's pretty bad, guys. That's pretty bad. That's pretty bad.
Yeah. But the thing with Warframe that I narrowed down, because Warframe has a lot of things that I like about it, but why I don't keep playing Warframe is because I have not been playing and kept up to date with content coming out. So like when new content comes out, I'm figuring it out with everybody. Like we're all doing like me coming into Destiny when a new DLC drops. You know, I've done everything. And now it's like, all right, what do we need for this? And we're figuring it out together. Like, well, this is pretty cool. Well, this is gun's pretty cool.
Whoa,
like,
LMG?
We need to go do this.
What?
Yeah, LMGs are back. And they're fucking amazing. They make my dick hard.
Destiny 2 install.
You need the newest DLC to get.
I have all the DLC.
You have the season pass? Oh, yeah, he bought you the season thing, didn't he? Yeah,
I have spent,
you have it.
I have spent $0 on Destiny 2, and I have access to everything. I'm very fortunate for awesome people that have allowed that to happen.
Yeah.
88 gigabytes. Well, you're going on my terabyte.
Oh, I would also like to precursor that I bought the raid jacket with not stream funds. I just want to say that. That was from my savings. I'm not going to spend the money you guys give me on a $150 fucking jacket. Just so y'all know. Yeah.
I'm getting picky with my hard drive space. I think I have to delete stuff, even though I don't really have to. That's why you have a terabyte, stupid. It's like, oh, I only got 299 gigabytes left.
It's not on an SSD.
Yeah.
But the machine guns are really fun. Really fucking fun. Dear God, man. Especially in PvP. Dear God, man. Somebody comes around the corner and they see that you have a machine gun. Oh my God. See people fucking run, man. You're just.
take out my goddamn hard drive space, whatever. There.
Yeah. But yeah, the that I'm not with content when it's coming out with Warframe, that I'm like very far behind in Warframe. I could see like dumping enough time in so that I can be on par, and I would very much enjoy Warframe. I just haven't gotten to that point yet where I want to sink that time into Warframe because I have too many other games going on. But like I don't like, I mean, I appreciate that there are very helpful people in communities that help you with stuff like that. Like if I got into WoW, there'd be a ton of people that would help me. But it starts, as a streamer, it starts getting into a territory where people start telling me how to play versus like what
yeah, I don't like that.
You know what I mean? Yeah. And I had that happen a lot with Warframe.
It
like
does.
How I should
it
play.
does. It does happen, and I've had that happen to me too. And I'm just like, look, you need to like shut the fuck up, because I want to experience this for myself. I understand that you're presenting a pathway, but I like self-discovery. So thanks, but no.
Yeah, and you can't really do that with Destiny. You can't really somebody can't really, I mean, you could, but it's not as common for somebody to come into my stream and be like, why are you using that gun? You should use this gun. It's way better. You know, like, you just can't do that. It's like, oh, okay, all right, I'll just fucking will RNG to drop me that roll on that. Thanks, douche. You know, like, I'm using what I have, you know. And then it's a talk of, you know, and then most of the time when we talk about weapons, it's like, oh shit, you got that roll on that? That's pretty sick. I want that. So I like that. Versus Warframe, where it's like, Nade, go use this. I'm having fun with this. Nade, you should use this. It's way easier. But that's not the point.
That's
I want to use this.
community driven though, and that's easy to shut up. You know, just have me in chat. I'll take care. I'm pretty sure that'll get resolved rather quickly.
Oh no, when I come back to Warframe, we'll have no problem there. But it'll happen. I'll come back to Warframe. It'll fucking happen.
Well, congratulations. I'm installing fucking goddamn Destiny 2 on my hard drive, which is apparently fucking up the whole camera, or is that just me?
No, I think it's just Discord being stupid, dude.
Alright, whatever.
Yeah, Tommy gun meta for the win. Those of you that don't know, I made a video about how amazing the Tommy gun is in Division. It is the meta.
What do I have installed?
The best fucking weapon. You should go check out that video. It's on my YouTube.
It's pretty sick. Let me get rid of the seat. I don't need it anymore. Get off my hard drive.
Yeah. So, I will admit about Destiny that as far as its complexity, there is not much, but that also makes it something where for you to get what I have, you don't have to go fucking grind for like 40 hours to get what I have. So there is some sense of like, I like that. I'm going to keep an eye out for that because I like how he's using that, or like that looks really good, and I'll probably get it relatively soon if I keep an eye out for that. Or like because I'm a hoarder, I usually have like a roll of everything. So I just like, oh, that looks pretty good. I actually have a roll of that. Let me try it out. So. Yeah, what, Kahuna? Yeah, buddy.
Just
well, goddamn right. It's all about fashion, Lakotas. Goddamn right, man. Right? Tend to use, derpstiny. Tend to use what feels cool over what is best because I want to look fucking cool, goddammit. I mean, you're not fucking wrong, man. You know the ugliest fucking gun in Destiny? Two-tailed fox. Looks like it's made out of goddamn dollar store plastic. You know, that shiny pearlescent shit? Yeah. You're not fucking wrong. It's ugly as hell, so I don't use it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Totally. Yeah, totally, man. Yeah. Nate, didn't we have an intervention about your hoarding habits? We did not. Because I told y'all to get the fuck out. Yeah. Which is fucking sick, right, Grandpa? With Black Armor, you can just re-roll weapon. Yeah! Or you can just go fucking grab the frame again and get another drop. Fucking sick.
Hey, some days I don't stream with pants on.
But you do?
Mm-hmm. I've streamed in my underwear before.
That.
Yeah.
I've never done that.
I've done it.
Yeah.
I've done it twice. Yeah.
I've never done that.
I've done it.
I always wear like I feel, I don't know, I feel dirty if I wear just like basketball shorts and I stream.
Obviously, I don't have that problem.
Yeah. I wish I didn't have that problem because could fully take advantage of comfortability, but I'll wear like a belt and like shorts that I would wear outside.
Once was this week
when I stream. Like right now I'm wearing jeans and a belt and no shoes though. I used to start doing that when I stream, where like I'd wear my shoes. I don't know. It's fucking weird, right? So.
Dude, stream barefoot, it feels phenomenal.
No, I do stream barefoot now. Yeah. Because it just got too fucking hot. So yeah.
Oh my god, dirt.
So I think we talked enough about Destiny, and my whole feeling on Destiny, why I like it, is because I can get that feeling. And the fucking Blast Zone has been goddamn amazing. Like, you guys, whenever we want to get together for Blast Zone stuff in Destiny, I mean, shit. How many people since this last DLC and the DLC before, like, people were gifting people the DLC so they could play with us? Like, that, I have not had that happen with other games, you know? It's like, fucking get in here and play with us, man. Like, here, I'll buy it for you. Just fucking get in here, you know? Like, that's pretty amazing, and you guys are awesome. And Oceana and Mid create a very interesting dynamic because they live together and they're boyfriend girlfriend, where they'll make certain comments about each other, and that are of relationship orientedness.
Oh, you mean like every
and
single time Bailey's in one of my streams?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that dynamic. It's very it's like, can I say something or can I not? You know, it's like, can I say something or can I not say something about that? You have to think about it, like, should I? Is it appropriate? I mean, that's maybe why they said it, so it make me feel uncomfortable, so it's funny, and it is funny. You know, yeah, that's the point. That's the point, and I like it. It's fucking
That's the point, it's to fuck with your head.
Yeah. Yeah. Just really fucking cool people. So yeah, we got the Dane command from Oceana. But yeah. So we're done with Destiny. Done talking about Destiny. I got the new Forge. You can get the machine gun and other stuff. Raid, Blast Zone's amazing. That was actually one of my talking points. Let's see here. Oh, in Asian news, I don't know if you would like to take a break before we talking about.
Yeah, I would. My ass has been married this year too long.
Okay, we'll talk. We'll take a break here, guys.
Grunt candy.
Fucking grunt candy. Yeah, so we'll be back soon, guys. Welcome back, guys. Nice little break there. Needed it. Already been going for 2 hours.
Now I'm frozen.
How the grunt candy? Oh, it's frozen on a not very happy face either.
Yeah.
Can tell.
Yeah.
I mean, you did double circuit today, right?
Yeah. With a 40-pound ruck.
Back.
That's 5 miles.
Well, we need to clarify. This is not just a 40-pound ruck. This is a duffel bag.
Is this where I'm gonna get fucking yelled at from not just her, but you now too?
I've been saying it for a while now, man. You need to get a better bag. Fuck your back and your shoulders. God dang. God dang. You need that weight high and tight. Not
high and tight with a waist strap, yes.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, shit, it took me like 2 years till somebody finally was like, hey, your ruck's all fucked up, and showed me, and like took the bottom where it connects to the frame and moved it up halfway. And I was like, oh dear God, this is amazing. This is so much better. Oh my God. Everything's up here and not like down here.
Well, you put all the heavy stuff on the top, right? Yeah.
Yeah.
You put all the heavy stuff on the top, you put the cushiony stuff on the bottom, that way the fucking weight distribution and everything else.
Yeah. And you can't do that with a duffel. Just flops around. It's literally a sack with straps on it. That's it.
It's a fucking sea bag, right? Yeah. It rides high. It didn't go. It's above my ass.
All right. Well, fine then. Say you feel about that in a month. Oh, speaking of, we actually have, since we're going to be talking about gaming news now, we don't have a fuck ton to talk about it, but
Yeah, I don't
I at least want to talk about it.
It's
What's going on?
it's a MOBA, so I have nothing to say about it. Which I
So
probably like.
here's
I probably like it. I don't know.
Heroes of the Storm recently started kind of cutting their fund. They cut their funding for their professional teams and that whole thing. So it's making a lot of people leave. A lot of people that play professionally for Heroes of the Storm leave their teams and stuff. I mean, if you're just not going to have events and funding, I mean, it's not a game that I've played a ton of, but I can definitely see the appeal of. Like, I watched Laura Lania, who plays it. It sucks. It sucks that they did that. Because, I mean, it's a game that a lot of people are into. And them cutting all that, it's obviously going to affect its attention. It's also going to affect its, like, I guess not really much when you go to their fucking page now, is it? But, it's gonna less people interested in it. It's sour taste in people's mouth whenever you talk about it. It's been all over Twitter that they've been doing that. All over Twitch and stuff.
Well, let's go deeper into that. I think it's Blizzard as a whole lately has been kind of missing the fucking mark, don't you think?
Well, there's been quite a bit, and Doc saying it's Activision wanting more returns to investors.
I'm sure that has a lot to do with it. Oh yeah.
Yeah, which sucks, but it's still a business. I understand that.
Sure has a lot to do with everything.
Yeah. I mean, I understand like a lot of stuff with Destiny. It's a fucking business, and they need to make money. I understand that, but I wonder.
Heroes of the Storm. We're looking at Hearthstone.
Oh, my bad. I'm fucking bad. God damn it. There we go.
You could pull up StarCraft 2. It would have been a little bit more fitting, but.
Yeah. Oh, fucking bad, guys. There we go. So they got this thing that they're doing for Christmas and all that, like all this hype around it. They got new like I don't play Heroes of the Storm, but the way that Blizzard does their fucking their advertising for their stuff is the way I feel like games should. Like this new character, the Hero Spotlight, it's an actual video of her backstory and also goes into depth made by them about how you should use her moves. Now, obviously, like if you're a pro player, you're going to come up with better things, but like, hey, here's her moves, and this is how we designed them to be like intended for use. Like this is the way we meant it to be used. And why don't other games do this? Like especially like like why doesn't Destiny do this when a new gun comes out or something? Like and I know that it's a funny thing. Like take for example Ground Branch. I'm sure if they had the funding and the time and the resources, when they release that new AK, I bet they would love to do like a promotional video. Like now we got the fucking AK in, like gun porn fucking video. Like oh my god, this thing's amazing. But I mean they do it. They have events too, and they'll make a little thing for it. Like one of them was like Transformers or Power Ranger kind of theme. So they made all these skins that look like Transformer, Power or Gundam kind of theme, where like all the characters had looks to look like that. And then they made a giant video in the theme of like old 90s cartoon Transformer Gundam or whatever, where all the characters are doing stuff like that. And it's like, I don't play this game, but that's fucking cool. So it sucks that they're doing that to this game, because there's probably going to be less of that in the future. Maybe. We'll see. Maybe they'll just make up for it in other departments than their esports side. But, yeah. That's pretty much about that. I didn't have a ton because I don't play it myself. But I know that we have people in the community that do enjoy the game. This has been a big news thing it's been circulating, people talking about it. So now you know what's going on with Heroes of the Storm whenever somebody talks about it. Or whoever's listening,
You're not gonna be blowing any load.
So fucking mean. Oh jeez. Okay. All right. Yeah. All right. Okay. So Here's the Storm. There we go. That's what's going on with Here's the Storm, and my feelings on it, and what they do, and cool stuff. So, Monster Hunter is getting a new DLC, a massive expansion. It is called Iceborne.
Oh man, you reminded me. I need to take my Xbox One version back.
Now, from what I heard and your experience, the Xbox version ran like shit.
Oh right? Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
Launch issues, not a lot of incorporation with friend issues, and I'm not gonna pay for Xbox Live just to play Monster Hunter World with friends. So I mean, fuck, I'll sell it. I might. Let's see. What's Monster Hunter World go for nowadays? Like used.
I looked at it. It's about $30.
$30
on PC. And if I get back into it, I was thinking about I'd do it on PC. I mean, I'd have to start all over again, but I know that would fuck
I would do
everybody
it on PC.
that I played with on PlayStation, but yeah, I'd probably do it on PC.
I'll sell my fucking Xbox One version for like $25. Fuck it. I just need just get rid of it. I'm not gonna play it. It's just gonna sit there. I mean, fuck it.
Yeah.
So if you got an Xbox One, you want a fucking Monster Hunter World here, fucking $25. I'll get rid of it. Fuck it. Shameless plug. Whatever.
Fuck it.
It's just gonna sit there. Otherwise, it's gonna go to GameStop for store credit, and it's gonna, I'll make like $5
for like
from it.
$2, yeah, 5 cents. Like what?
So
God, that's more than what they're paying you in this small amount of time to even do this transaction.
I spent $60 on it, so
that's less. I mean, less than what they're paying you. But yeah, they've also got the Behemoth dropping December 21st. Supposed to be this big boss thing. It looks pretty cool. Also, PC has mod support, by the way.
Oh.
People have been making mods, right? Right? And they're okay with you using the mods too. So you can stay online. Yeah. Yeah, like UI, like better UI, stuff like that. Like you can download mods for reskins of enemies and stuff like that. I mean, it's fucking cool. It's fucking cool. And I really enjoyed Monster Hunter. I just stopped after a while because I kind of got, kind of bored. But because I played the fuck out of it, so.
Yep.
Yeah. But this new DLC is supposed to be huge. It's supposed to be like the G rank, which is a thing that Monster Hunter has done in the past. But they sell it as another game every time they've done that, and they add like a fuck ton more stuff, new areas. That's you're supposed to be adding with this is a bunch new areas, a bunch more monsters.
So dare I say it's expansion pack level worthy?
I mean, it says a massive expansion.
Oh.
But we don't know. I don't know if we know yet if they're charging for it, right?
No.
I don't. They might not charge for it. We don't know. I don't know. I'm not seeing anything about buy now. Like I
You'll
see
buy now.
like,
Sorry.
Buy now.
Good.
Available on stream. Go buy now. But yeah, this is something I thought about getting back into and redoing on PC. So, especially when they're going to add all this stuff, it'll be paid, which is fine, actually, in my opinion. That's fine with me. We still got the fucking Heroes of the Storm thing up. God damn it. It's fine, in my opinion, with what all the shit they're adding and everything they've already added for free. So that's fine with me. If they're going to add like a bunch of new regions and monsters, it would make sense that would be an expansion that you pay for. And I don't see them charging out the fucking ass for that expansion either. Because since they made the move to not just on Nintendo platforms or just Japan for others, it has been wildly successful as a title. So apparently it's slated for Q3 2019 though. Fuck. And I'm done. Does he mean as in he's done for the workday, or what you were?
Who knows?
Things. Yeah.
Don't know yet.
Well,
I'm sure.
Cheers,
I will know
man.
about it.
What's up, Dave? Hopefully nobody has to be put in the dirt, or hopefully they will.
Something like that.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know. We had a whole conversation about this earlier. The whole never once a beast, always a beast. I don't know. God damn it, Discord, stop it. Fucking everything up. But yeah, it might be chess. I might be getting it on PC and try it there. If I come back, I'm probably going to go on PC, even though I have
no reason not to.
my edition sitting there, and I would be able to play with Justin, which was like the huge issue there. It was like, man, I wish I could just fucking play with you. But yeah. So yeah, there you go, guys. If you want to check out more, I read, like, I skim read some of the details, but if it's not going to be until quarter 3 2019, there's no point in like fucking dissecting this shit right now. So another other news of games that are actually this is more about games that are actually pertinent to us. We don't just do all fucking news. So Battlefield 5, which is a game that the amazing and illustrious Big Head. Oh shit! Today is the first day you actually can bust loads?
You can bust loads today.
Oh man, I imagine it was there's a green light in his apartment or house, my bad. In his house, and his doctor just flicked the switch today and it's like, Dad! And then just fucking like bunnies just Oh my god. Okay, so that reminds me. Have you been watching the new Black Rifle Coffee ads?
Probably most of them.
Where they like the holiday season ones or holiday ones?
Yeah.
They're fucking hilarious. God damn, man. They're fucking hilarious. Black Rifle Coffee have been the only ads that I actually want to watch. Fucking A, man. Like one of them was like heating the water for the coffee, find something to do for 2 minutes. And so he like his wife pulls down her pants and then he starts chasing her and then it's like censored and it's oh my god, man.
Awesome.
It hits home. Fucking good shit. So good. But yeah, Battlefield 5 just pushed out this change where they changed the time to kill. They made it more. But here's an actual breakdown here based on body part versus weapon. So assault rifles. So headshots stayed the same.
Okay.
All the red is what they changed. So headshots stayed the same, except I guess bolt actions didn't change. Assault rifles got a let me see. The value in red, both parentheses, represents what its value was in the original TK. So this is before. So the red is before. Let me see if I can just zoom in on this so we can make it bigger so everybody can see it. There we go. So now it went down, what, 15?
I can't read any of that.
Oh, the quality of Discord streaming?
Yep.
So pretty much everything went down except for shotguns. Didn't go down except for extremities, for lower arms, hands, feet. So pretty much you do less damage now with most things. But headshots stayed the same. And their reasoning for doing this was, this is their Reddit post about it, and they even admit that like this is not necessarily what they've been hearing for feedback. What they should do, this is what they think they should do, and the reason for this is people have been experiencing when they get shot, it's sending you all the packets at once, like even if it's not headshots. So the time to kill is more to address the time to die mechanic there, if that makes sense. So like you get all your packets at once and you're just dead. So you can't react if you get it all at once and you're dead. Like you can't like, fuck, I'm taking fire, I need to get down. Which I can understand. I just feel like that's kind of a cheap way to address the whole, like it's the easier way to address the whole problem instead of actually going in and tweaking every single weapon specifically. Just tweaking the whole archetype. In time to kill, period.
No.
There's still, that means the metas are still going to be meta, which is stupid, but
Too busy looking up Coyote Tan Rux.
yeah. So if you come back to Battlefield and we play Battlefield,
We will.
since they don't have stuff in game that pops up for that, you're going to notice that it takes longer to kill people. So
Yep.
yeah.
I don't know how I feel about that yet.
Yeah, not until I've played it. I'll see how I feel about it. My first reaction was like, because I play a lot of medic, is like, dude, it's already hard enough to kill anybody with fucking medic guns. You just made it harder, you son of a bitch. Like, well, the headshots stay the same. Like, you ever tried to fucking hit somebody in the head with one of those medic guns? The thing goes all over the place, man. It's hard to control.
Oh god, every fucking Rux I got $50.
Yeah, they're expensive. But I would rather go with something I've tried and I know is true versus some aftermarket civilian shit. So, all right. So let's see here. We did Monster Hunter. Here's the Storm. Battlefield. There's this MMO coming out soon. I think actually this next week it's coming out.
Don't forget about the new Doom mod they're adding.
Yeah. Yeah. You sent me a thing about that, right?
Yeah, I did. Sure. He's gonna update Doom and add more chapters after fucking, I don't know, like 2 decades, 3 decades worth of shit.
Yeah. It's fucking nuts. Let me pull this up. I don't have Discord connected on my gaming rig because I never open it. So, let me pull up the article that you sent me. John Romero is releasing a new chapter of Doom. It's been more than 20 years since he's done some shit and he's adding more stuff, which is fucking cool. And they will be selling deluxe box editions that will contain a floppy disk themed USB drive containing the game, a t-shirt, the soundtrack, and other goodies. That sounds cool. Oh, it'll run you $166 USD though. No.
What?
I mean, the box looks super fucking cool. Let me find this. Let me find this. You sent me this on Motherboard was the article. Here it is. So that's the box. I mean, it looks fucking cool. It's like a collector's edition box for it. Looks like it's got, what's his name? Beelzebub on the front? What's the fucking goat demon's name? Is it Beelzebub?
No, it was like I don't remember the fucking, like the Doom 2 was like fucking, and boss, it was like the fucking, something of evil. Manifestation.
Releasing a free megawad. There we go. But I mean, it's if you want the special edition, it's 166. So
right, you get it for free if you own it. So I mean, it's not like you're paying for it, but it's a high quality canvas bag.
Baphomet. There we go.
Had to say it.
Baphomet.
Had to fucking say
it. Which I put in for, by the way. I have no idea when I'm gonna fucking get it, but I put in for. So yeah, we talked about that last TG. What they made me do to fucking so I could get it. It was a bunch of ridiculous shit. But that's cool. So much later that he's like, hey, I wanna make some more shit. That's really fucking cool. So there's this MMO coming out. Did we talk about this last TG?
Did we? I don't know.
Did we talk? No, I think this was on stream. It was on stream that I showed Atlas. That's what it was. So there's this new MMO coming out that's pretty much like the concept of Monster Hunter, but ships, and it's an MMO.
What?
So like you and your buddies can go do pirate shit on a huge boat with tons of your friends, like shown in the feed here. But you can also go hunt fucking demons and dragons and monsters and sea beasts and stuff like that. And like a fully realized MMO with like progression groups and
so like
see, they're having like fort versus ship combat right now, like something you can do there.
Better than Sea of Thieves, then, huh?
Yeah, like what Sea of Thieves should have been, you know. Apparently, so that's pretty cool. It's coming out next week. I could see myself taking a look at it after a while, after it's been out and I've watched some people play it. I think, and especially if it's not that expensive, that could be really fucking fun. And it was made by the guys that made Ark. It's an open world survival MMO, as they said there. So it comes out. It was supposed to come out yesterday, but they had to push it back to next week because they wanted to do another once over for some small things to fix. So
And of course, as if you guys don't have enough fucking battle royale games already, you've got the fucking Planet Side Arena that's gonna get pushed out at some point. If you're a Planet Side fan and you want the battle royale version of Planet Side, which I don't know how to feel about it. I really don't. I don't know how to feel about that.
Interesting. So they're making a
Yep.
battle royale for Planet Side.
Planet Side
I don't
Arena.
really enjoy Planet Side a ton personally, but
I
it's
did.
mainly because it was just another one of those games that I would only enjoy if I had a bunch of people that I knew that I was playing with, because I knew just like randos would piss me off all the time. So
Oh, fuck Amazon. I'm not looking at Amazon for rugs. I'm just gonna go to the nearest fucking surplus store. Fuck it. I'm done. It's pissing me off. But yes, Planet Side Arena is going to. It was announced it's going to be their fucking, I guess, VR version of Planet Side. I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about it. Like, I don't know what they're fucking doing with it. I'm not sure the concept. I don't know how to feel about it yet. I don't know.
persistent world for players to explore, but Arena, although the other game is a persistent world.
Yes.
Okay. Will it be different than other battle royales? Most battle royales like Fortnite support 100 players. Daybreak Games is touting that Planetside Arena could have 1,000 people in a single match. 250 on 250 game mode as well. Okay. 1,000 players. I mean, I don't know. For those of you that are interested, I probably want to try it out because, one, I'm not really huge into BRs anymore, really. Two, I didn't really get into Planetside either, but I don't know. Those of you that did, there you go. And Planetside Arena will cost $20.
Yeah, not a lot to know about it. It's again, I mean, what made PlanetSide 2 great was what it did, and then I don't know if they're stripping that out. I have no idea, but that's what's coming. Just so you guys are aware. So we did not talk about CS:GO BR mode, and I don't really have anything to say about CS:GO BR mode because
it's gonna be free. Is one thing about it.
That's it's out now.
Yeah, it's free.
Yeah.
So that's about all I know about that.
Yeah.
I mean, see, I mean, some of us don't mind paying money for a good game, so it was good. Some free games are good. I
reinstalled Black Ops 4 just to see how the BR mode was going to be on that, just to have something relevant to talk about. Since apparently it's gone. But that ain't gonna be tonight, man. I am fucking after this DG episode. I think I'm gonna lay down and just chill. I'm in no mood to play anything.
Damn it.
That ruck, I think was pretty smoking, as most rucks are. So
yeah. Fucking body, man. Why you gotta fuck me?
Yeah,
Why you gotta fuck me?
That just means hard work, dedication. You know what I mean?
Goddamn right.
So
makes you hate other people that don't, though. Just saying.
Fuck them. Not as strong as me.
Just saying.
Pretty much my personality.
Difference in perspective. So.
Oh yeah.
Causes problems. Duffel. I love how it froze for a moment there with you making that face too. That's gonna be on the thumbnail.
Oh, thanks.
I gotta write the timestamp down. 2:36. There we go.
It's a fucking sea bag, okay? It's a sea bag. I got 2 of them. They're good for loading shit up.
I have one too. Yeah, I can go grab it. Yeah. They were very nice for loading shit. You could put so much stuff in there if you knew how to fucking pack shit. Oh my god. So much stuff. Dear God, man. They were always nice for anything. But yeah. So there we go. We talked about Atlas. I don't know a whole ton. We'll talk about it next week after it's out and I've watched people play it. We'll see. I'm interested in it. We talked about the Doom news. We also have a bit like kind of like gaming around the holidays and games coming out. We're kind of talking about that, you and me, before we started. And we're like, well, we'll just talk about it on TG. I mean, it makes sense that you're not going to drop any new games around Christmas because
you're just updating a shit ton of ones that are already out.
Yeah. Yes, some small things to sink your teeth into versus like a whole new big game. And like you were saying, like Hunt's got a new fucking thing.
No, I have Hunt downloaded. I just cleared up some hard drive space, but I left that one on there because,
I just see Hunt. I'm just gonna fucking say it. It looks like shit. I'm sorry. It looks like it plays like shit. I'm sorry, but
it played like shit the last time we played it. So
it looks like it's got a lot of really like the game looks pretty. It has a lot of really fucking cool ideas, but it looks like it plays like shit. Like for number one thing, player to player interaction seems super fucking laggy, and that would piss me off so much. That would make me hate that game, and I hate that already in every game. Yeah. You bought Black Ops 4, but you won't try Hunt. See, that should be a reason not to buy things that I already have a feeling that I shouldn't buy them. And I shouldn't have bought Black Ops 4. And if I would have been able to refund Black Ops 4, I was going to get World War 3 instead. But they didn't let me refund it because I downloaded it and clicked play. So,
But I will test it for you because it's on my hard drive and that new update. So I will happily delve into it for you in the meantime.
Like, for example, I was watching Chaz stream it, and he had a pistol with a stock on it, so you can make it more accurate.
Mm-hmm.
You cannot ADS with a pistol.
What do you mean?
A revolver, my bad. You cannot use iron sights.
What are you talking about?
You just kind of like focus a little bit more. Like you can't like. They changed it, I guess.
What?
You can't.
What?
There's no way.
You always could.
You don't. Not anymore. No. I don't know if it's for all weapons either, but it was like, hey, dude, you're using a gun. Why can't you? Like, it was doing the Fallout 3 thing where you just kind of like focus in a little bit, but you don't like look over the weapon.
Why would they change that?
I don't know. I don't know, man.
I always ADS with everything I did.
I don't know why they changed that.
I mean, there was 3 modes. It was the snap-in mode, and it was the fucking shift, and it fucking went in. It's like, always.
Oh, maybe you just wasn't pressing the right button then?
Yeah.
You said there was hip, and then focus, and then ADSing?
Yeah.
Was 3 separate things? Yeah. Maybe just hit the wrong button then. I don't know. But I mean, like the fucking, it looks like so cool, and the whole theory of it, of like you level up these I watched an in-depth video about the whole theory of the game, of like you level up these hunters so you can retire them and use their experience towards your overall like house experience and all that stuff. It seems really cool. It just seemed like in a game where it's more rewarding for you, a lot of players, to just not even go after the main boss thing, since it's a PvE.
Yeah, that was pretty bad.
Game.
That was that was kind of fucking annoying, but at the same time it was kind of the heightened thing. I don't know. I was getting sick of like bad optimization on games, and it was the whole Tarkovia effect and everything else. So
yeah, the Tarkovian effect. It's a thing now. I like it. The Tarkovian effect.
Well, I could say that.
This great game, but the sync is fucking terrible.
I think I said that because there was a lot of fucking shit in Ground Branch's Discord talking about how they wanted health packs and fucking animations for health systems and shit like that. I was like, this ain't fucking Tarkov. So leave my fucking tactical shooter, old school Rainbow Six, Raven Shield, fucking Rogue Spear, Covert Ops style shit alone. It's not what that game's trying to be. It's not a survival game. It's a fucking tactical shooter. We don't fucking need craziness like that.
Yeah, then you'd have to assign a medic, and then that dude's just running fucking.
Like, why don't we just put food and hunger hunger and fucking thirst mechanics in there while we're at it, so you can be dehydrated and get heat stroke. Whatever.
Yeah. be in the ready room, having to check everybody's fucking camelback. You hit it, see if it's actually full.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
Bailey, what the fuck?
Yeah. Fucking top off that goddamn fucking water. You ain't stepping off. But.
Yeah. But yeah, So, and like, it's got a lot of things that I really like about it. It's just that at the current time with Hunt, it's something I know that I would pick it up, get angry with. You guys would, and then be disappointed with, and it would not be fun. And then
God,
there you go.
can you imagine the stink on that shit if you actually
Oh,
filled
dear
that
God.
shit with Bud Light?
Dear God,
Oh,
man.
imagine if you
Man,
didn't drink
I
all
never.
that shit. The amount of frothiness and nasty fucking yeast growth that would be in that shit.
You imagine just the foam coming out of the mouth part when you're not even drinking from that. just a little foam there,
Like
and it's
fucking-
just dripping.
yeah.
You just smell beer, like. Okay.
Yeah.
I remember one dude put a MRE drink mix in his bag.
Well,
His
they have
Camelback.
tablets for that though. They
Yeah,
had like
but-
Camelback little fucking flavored tablets you could stick in your fucking shit.
I mean, if you want to grow mold in there, that's fine.
That
with
is
me,
true,
but I
dude,
don't
no.
want to fucking. You want to go clean it afterward? No.
You had to clean it.
I mean, I never cleaned mine. Made it taste better.
I think
It's
my
like
fucking
seasoning a pan.
I have
man.
my old school deployment Camelback over there. I just put it on my plate carrier over there that still has the fucking bladder. You Velcro the top out, the whole bladder comes out.
Yeah.
As opposed to the
Yeah,
fucking
I have one.
like the ones they have now where it's like integrated and you have to unscrew it and like whatever the fuck. It's just like no, I just fucking it's out. It's just easier. So
I mean, I never put it in the thing anyway. The screw. I just took the bag out and I just put that in my bag.
no. Well, yeah.
Yeah.
So different.
Yeah, when I got hit, they fucking cleaned it and sent my Camelback back to me.
Cool.
Like they cleaned it, dried it, packaged it in vacuum packaging, and sent it back. Like, wouldn't it just been easier to just give me a new one? Like,
No, man. Fucking
man, they took so much care with all my well, I lost more than half of it. Lost. I'm pretty sure somebody just like, dude, we could just say that he got blood on all this stuff and it's gone, which is fine. I just wish I would have got some of that. But
can't keep your PBS 14s, Nate.
no, I bled on him though. But yeah. Yeah, they took a lot of care. Like they even had I actually got one of the bags right here. They would put like all my little doodads, whatever the fuck it was, in these. Like I got really fucking bored on the OP once, and I took water bottle caps and I would melt them into coins because I was fucking bored, and they'd like put like a felt bag, those in a felt bag for me, and send them back. That say United States Army on them. But anyway.
Yay.
Woohoo! Yeah, gaming around the holidays makes sense that they're not gonna drop big stuff, because then it's like people want to spend time with their family, right? Not have to go play a new game.
Unless you're
well,
like
I mean, I
me,
guess-
I'm not.
Yeah. Well, also the people working there don't want it. Like, if you just drop a game around Christmas, that means you have to be there for like initial support, right? If it's buggy as fuck.
Oh, well, that's true.
Yeah. Or like all these updates coming out around now makes sense that everybody's about to go on Christmas break and come back New Year's, So everything that they've been working towards, like, here you guys go, we're going to take a fucking vacation. So,
Fuck
makes
it.
sense. Yeah.
Sure, everybody has their meltdowns anyway.
Yeah. Over Christmas break.
I'm not going anywhere for Christmas.
Yeah.
Fuck that.
How is that even a link?
I don't know. You got smacked though.
Daisy1.xxx. I don't even know.
He's talking about the 1.0 release of DayZ.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you said something about that.
That is
That
true.
it's actually a full game now?
Well, I mean, I don't know. I haven't fucked with it, so I think
Yeah, I don't know
the
either.
general consensus with DayZ is I don't think it's ever going to be better than Epoch, but I mean, what is? So
Excuse me. I had a burp coming up.
I think the mod's always going to be probably better. So
Yeah.
I don't know
And
what they did to it or what they changed or whatever, but I mean I don't see it being better than the mod.
I mean, my most profound memory of DayZ was playing with my army buddy. Sniper popping me from the other side of the map that already had a ghillie suit and a really nice weapon and everything. And then spending like no shit an hour trying to find a bandage so he can make me stop bleeding, and I kept fucking blacking out in the woods while I was following him. And we're trying to find, you know, like we're running through the woods and then my dude just blacks out and falls over, like, because he's bleeding out, you know, just like, and everything was just going fucking dark on me. I'm like, dude, I don't want to play this. Come on, man.
Yeah.
This fucking sucks.
This was like an Arma 4 talk.
Wait, didn't you share a thing? You shared a thing in your Discord, right?
About
DayZ?
DayZ?
No, Warlords, Arma 3.
Oh, Arma 3 Warlords? Yeah, I did.
Yeah.
They pushed out some sort of update on fucking Arma 3. So basically, I feel like they took my fucking campaign idea that I was doing with Aurillac and like tried to incorporate it into a system for multiplayer, because it literally is about a sustainable campaign where you fucking, it's occupied by indigenous forces or whatever, and there's a fucking hostile occupancy there, and you have to clear out the whole continent sector and control the battle space. And the more fucking battle space you control, the more fucking lending assets and support you'll have access to. And I'm just like, boy, that sounds really fucking familiar.
I wonder if they were watching your fucking video and they were like, dude, we should do this.
Yeah, it's never gonna be as good as me Zeusing shit, but it is what it is.
Yeah. Especially when there can only be one.
Yeah, you remember that.
That was great.
Yeah.
Man.
I mean,
all right.
That was a nice little
Arma 4 would be cool.
Nice little middle sim campaign we had going on for a while. But I don't know. I haven't tried Warlords yet. Someone told me it fucking sucked in Discord, and I was like, well, okay, well, whatever.
Oh wow. China is banning games. One of them included Fortnite. I wish the US and Canada would ban Fortnite. God damn, man.
Arma 3 is coming out with a creator boot camp. Creator boot camp.
Wait, so you mean like a tutorial for making stuff? Is that what you mean?
We were hosting something called Arma 3 Creator Bootcamp last week, for which we invited potential third-party DLC creators for Arma 3 to provide them with some guidelines to help kick off the development for the projects.
Okay. They banned a lot of games due to blood and gore. Are we going to go back to the days where you could change it to money pops out of people when you shoot them? They did a real-life boot camp. Wait, so like all the dudes that wish they would have joined the military but never did got to go? You know what you're talking about?
Or is it like a...
Oh, okay. So people making the mods can understand how the real thing was. Okay. So like drove around in a T90 so they can understand how a T90 actually handles and everything. Okay.
Okay. Well, that's different.
All right. Gotcha. Okay. So like the idea of like, you should go to fucking boot camp.
Yeah, I was thinking like, oh yeah, it's like the actors boot camp they do for fucking movies. I'm just like, but
yeah.
All right. Yeah. Fucking stupid.
I was watching some behind the scenes stuff about Band of Brothers, and quite a bit of their basic boot camp or their boot camp shit actually like really fucking sucked for filming and stuff like that. Like they would actually go fucking run like crazy and puke. Like legit puking.
Good.
Like, well, fuck yeah, goddamn right, get it.
Talking about Arma 3, I think the mods are, God, the fucking talented mod team to bring what they brought in. Like, damn, it's almost like I don't think anybody plays Arma 3 bare bones naked anymore. There's always a mod that just enhanced the game to
I mean,
a stupid amount of like cool shit. So
Number one fucking problem with that game is if you're holding your weapon up, how fast your dude becomes a little bitch.
Jesus.
You remember that? Like, I remember the first time I played that, I was playing the campaign, and I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get this dude.
It was ridiculous, dude, because you're like, there's no way you're gonna have that much fucking scope movement, and you're fucking, like, you're literally, it's like the motherfucker didn't even know how to shoulder stock the fucking weapon. Like, he's like, the fucking stock was moving all over the fucking place. I'm like, what is going on with my shoulder right now?
Yeah, there's a dude with, like, in the bush with a fucking electromagnet, just like. What fucking weapon, man?
It was bad. It was fucking bad. Like, I had to mod that to remove muzzle sway because it was just insane. Like, look, man, I have been gassed, alright? Fucking Range 400 will gas anybody. But it was never that fucking bad, alright? I could still...
Yeah.
It was never, ever that bad. Jesus.
Shit. Even after bounding with a 240, it was never that bad. Yeah. I mean, I didn't fire it from the shoulder, but dear God. Not that bad. No. Not at all. That's cool that they're revamping it, though. I like that. I like that. I think that's what it needs. They also need to hopefully work on some so it doesn't fuck the server so much. And then we can get back into that. That'd be great.
I would like them to create stability to where people don't feel the need to restart the server every fucking day. That'd be nice.
Yeah. Object persistence. And change persistence. That'd be nice, yeah.
You know, maybe some of that Star Citizen tech.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, fuck. I thought it was also interesting in that fucking press thing they did for the roadmap. I didn't even think it was I didn't even know that was an issue. It was like most FPSs are in 32-bit.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. And like,
well, even Arma 3, I think they pushed to 64-bit.
Yeah, they have a 64-bit. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, it was like 2016 maybe.
And that was one of the things that, like, when I was going to join your server, it was like, make sure you're on 64-bit, not 32, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah. Which I didn't even know that. It's like, and like the idea was like, well, all these games like brag for this like huge game world, but it's only like what, 1,400 meters?
Yeah, they were talking about like it's like 4 kilometers or whatever. While their expansiveness is like
so an actual fucking yeah. Yeah. So that's why they wanted 64 bits. So shit looks right on that scale.
Yeah. So, I mean, cool. It's interesting to look at my like the followed streamers I'm looking at, and I see like now I'm nearly like there's a good chunk of them that are playing Star Citizen now.
Well, they said that there are a lot of shooters are in 32-bit, not all the competing shooters.
No, 64-bit is kind of I think it's become the staple. I don't know. I'm not a game dev. But
they were figuring that out back when they were first started development, though. That was part of their thing back then. That was one of the first things. That was years ago that they were doing that. I think was part of the roadmap there when they were trying to fix that. So that wasn't recently. All right. Did we have anything else? Do you have anything news to talk about, or so we're coming up on 3 hours?
No, we're going on pretty good, and normally I would be. I would be, but I don't know. My energy level is going out because of I'm fucking pushed today. So no, I have nothing further to add. I'm probably gonna lounge out and fucking just watch shows or watch some streamage. Just chill. It's a chill night for me. Sorry, no streamage for me, guys. Not today. I'm smoked. Too. Tomorrow we'll pick it back up, but I am smoked. So
I'm right there with you. I did a run today. And then I did a leg circuit in the gym. My body hates me.
Yep.
I'm gonna feel it even more tomorrow when all that other shit kicks in.
Yep. So. Yeah. Nope. Well, I was supposed to do some Insurgency Sandstorm and get my fucking fix, and that didn't happen because I'm pooped. So. Let's do it tomorrow. So. It is what it is.
So I think it's about that time for that one thing.
It is that one thing.
Yeah, that one thing. In 3, 2, 1.
Hey, look at that. Not doing it tonight, but again, we're talking about it. We're gonna do what's on the docket for this weekend stream wise. We'll do Insurgency Sandstorm. I'm gonna do some more Star Citizen. I'm gonna venture into Black Ops 4 again to see what the fuck they changed. Of course, if you want to get up, yeah, I have Ground Ranch tomorrow too for a PvP build. I don't know when the fuck that's gonna be. Twitter, I update all that shit on Twitter. You can see updates on fucking when I'm going live. You can see updates on, just random fucking shit going on in my life or whatever. And if you'd like to see some edits on shit like that, there's Cobra493, which is Cobra493.com for the YouTube stuff, which usually is me editing some stuff, which I actually, you'll see some content of footage of like more of like my opinion on things or more of my tactical gameplay and whatnot. So as opposed to where Twitch, I'm doing a live stream show, that's going to be more, deeper thought process on why things are the way they are. So there you go. Cut it. It's all you.
Hey, and I'm the Nade Face on everything. Twitch, Twitter, YouTube. And I'm the Nad Face on Pornhub. I'm just kidding.
Oh, yeah.
I should probably grab that before somebody else does that.
Probably should.
Yeah. Probably should. But yeah. Yeah. So thank you all very much. It's always great doing this. I got this fucking little thing right here, huh? But
starts on high energy and Justin just slowly starts trickling down right as that fucking gas starts to get to the E zone.
Yeah, right.
So, yep.
That's why I drink a lot of caffeine when I stream.
I'm trying to wean off. I had a bang this morning, and haven't had any coffee since. And I'm like okay, I don't need it. I'm good. So, but tomorrow's gonna be heavy dosage. Yep.
Yeah. And it's probably gonna kill me in the end, but I don't care. I'm just kidding.
Fuck it. Everybody
All this
dies.
fucking caffeine I take.
Everybody gotta die sometime, Red.
Exactly.
Fuck it.
Shit. So, yeah, thank you all very much for hanging out. Love doing TG. Being able to sit here and fucking actually talk about these deeper thoughts in a more
constructive way.
Yeah, in a more not potent. When something is of a lot of concentrated, in a more concentrated manner, with Justin here, who also thinks very much, on the deeper end of things, and with you guys,
Oh,
we
yeah.
we get a place where we can actually flesh those conversations out.
Yeah, if you don't believe me, fucking come to me when I'm drunk. I don't ever shut the fuck up about deep thoughts.
Exactly. Yeah. So thank you all very much, and we'll see you next time.